Hey, Obodo fam, it's your brother Ola, host of Men of Prestige, Lola's husband, your life, relationship, and marriage coach. Let's continue to appreciate Auntie B for the great work she's doing. If you're dealing with constant gaslighting, toxic arguments, silent treatment, disrespectful spouse, and the likes, I have something special for you, but there's limited spots, a complimentary personal coaching session, and it comes with 2 free books. Just go to prestigemarriagesystem.com. Write that down. Limited time and limited spots. Don't waste any more time in bad relationships. Do something about it.
Hey guys, good evening. Good evening. Welcome back. It's been a minute since we put the camera on, but the camera is on today. I'm so glad to be here tonight. Today is the first day of August. Oh my God. You see, that's why we have to make an effort. We're in August, yeah, August. Wow. The 8th month of the year. God is good. Welcome, everybody. Can you hear me? Please just say hi if you can hear me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you, man of prestige. Alami, how are you? Ìwọ ló ń ṣe 8 hours tó ń ṣe 7 hours máa bá ẹ jà o. Èmi àti Lọ́lá la máa jọ bá ẹ jà. O dẹ̀ jókòó sórí YouTube pa kí ló dé? Kí ló le tó bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn? What is the big deal? Is he on top of this matter of relationship and marriage? Ṣé òun ló le tó báyìí? Hi everyone, Adana, I see you. I've not said hello to my peeps for a long time. God's favorite, welcome. Black Lotus, oh, very, 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 very wise woman. I love you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You and Uncle Beno, wo, ma, Emi àti ìyàwó yín, we are going to team up against you if you don't stop that nonsense. Kẹ́ máa jókòó pa sórí YouTube. Kí ló dé? Doing 7 hours, 8 hours stream. For what? Welcome, welcome, everybody. I appreciate you. Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so. I am waiting for Dr. Shola. He's not here yet. I've just sent him a reminder. But you know, Dr. Shola is a very, very busy person. So hopefully he will see my reminder very soon and join us. I just sent him a reminder on I called him and also sent him a reminder on, but he hasn't seen my message yet. He's probably in the counseling section. So let's start. Then hopefully he will join us. Yeah. But Dr. Shola and I wanted to do this show. I was the one who actually suggested it because if you are a follower of Dr. Shola, then you will know what we are talking about tonight. Olagbara, it's serious. Very, very serious. Happy New Month, everybody. Happy New Month. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the month of August in the year of our Lord 2024. The Lord is good and his mercies endures forever. We thank the Lord Almighty for the gift of life, for good health, and for protecting and providing for us. God is good. Welcome, everybody. Give us a thumbs up as you are joining us. Subscribe if you haven't done so. So, what are we talking about today? I invited Dr. Shola because I wanted us to deal with this matter. Okay? Any of you that follows Dr. Shola will know what I'm talking about. This matter of she denied me for 2 years. She denied me for 8 years. She denied me. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Let me look at the post. The post gone. And according to the private discussion I had with Dr. Shola, what he's posting is not even nearly what is going on. It's more complicated. Oh deep gone. Oh deep. The issue of getting married people to have kerewa. Why are women weaponizing kerewa? Okay, the initial post I'm looking for it. Let me try and find it. where the man was saying that for 8 years, yeah, this is it. For 8 years, she denied me. And you women, what is your excuse? Hmm? What is the problem? Why are you denying your spouses? Kerewa. Hmm? Why are you denying them? That's what we want to find out today. Is there something that you're not telling us? Why? What is the cocoa that you, as a married woman, will now say, mm-mm, maybe because you are hurt, you're upset, he's done something, and you say, I'm locking up. Why are you locking up? And then the flip side of the discussion is women also saying, me too. Me too. Ah, me too. I've not had Kerewa in 5 years. I've not had Kerewa in 7 years. I've not had Kerewa in 10 years. So a Nigerian pastor said that they are trying to stop unmarried people from having Kerewa. Unmarried people will not stop smashing. They are smashing 247. But the married people, nothing. There's nothing going on. Ola is giving us some stats. Up to 25% of marriages around the world are Kerewa-less. I love that word. Kerewa-less. Hit the thumbs up button. 25% is a lot of percent. Jesus is Lord. Hmm? Why are you people denying one another when the word of the Lord says, do not deny one another? Okay? The word of the Lord, as a Christian, if you're a Christian here, you know what the Bible says about it. It says, do not deny one another except when you want to pray and fast. And even when you want to pray and fast, you need permission. No, you have to tell your spouse, pay, daddy wa or mommy wa, I have special prayer. Or please, is it okay for me to take this 7 days or this 21 days to do this prayer? When they agree, that's when you can do it. If the other person does not agree, and remember, this is not applicable to only men or women, it's for both. Once you are in a committed marriage relationship, is that what they call it? Marriage. Once you are married, this is applicable to you. Hmm? Why? So let's read this. Let's read this. So the person sent this to Dr. Shola and said, Dr. Shola, for 8 years in my marriage, I pleaded for intimacy every single time. Sometimes I managed to break through, but more, I know this uncle, the way he said breakthrough. For somebody to use breakthrough in a Kerewa conversation is a brother in the Lord. You know. He says sometimes I manage to break through. What are you breaking through, uncle? Is it coconut? Is it a rock? Break through. Do you get it? Do you guys get it? Okay, that was funny. That was funny.
Oh my God. I can't, I can't stop laughing. My God. My God is a good girl.
Breakthrough lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Kerewa. Aláṣẹ bros fẹ́ penetrate ni. Breakthrough lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Kerewa. Kí ló dé? Are we talking about prayers? Black Lotus Auntie B, my question is, what could be the cause for 8 years? If you cannot let go in 8 years, just leave the man. Yeah. So I will come back to that later. Remind me, Black Lotus. Let's continue. I will come back to that. And he said that he pleaded for intimacy every time. Sometimes he managed to break through, but more often than not, it was a no. So this auntie was constantly no, 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 no. So I decided to seek it elsewhere. Hmm? this breakthrough uncle decided to go and taste forbidden fruits. And this is what he has to say. He has a confession. He said, I met an amazing woman and we've been friends for 3 years now. Jesus. Oh, did it 3 years? She's incredibly sweet. With her, I don't have to beg. I simply ask. And she always brings a smile to my face. I stopped pleading with my wife for intimacy and she called a family meeting to confront me. When I read that, I just know that Yoruba people like to call family meeting. I don't know why. It's a cultural thing. In other tribes in Nigeria, they don't call family meeting as much. But in Yoruba culture, I've noticed that, because Yoruba culture is so close knitted, I completely understand. They call family meeting. Okay, uncle, come and testify. Why are you not begging for intimacy anymore? Yeah, they call family meeting. What happened in the family meeting? Let's continue. So he said, she accused me of cheating. When my other brother asked how she found out, she said that my lack of begging for intimacy indicated that I was cheating. When asked to defend myself, I admitted to cheating and said that I enjoyed it. Yes, I enjoyed it. This made her to break down and cry. She begged for my forgiveness, which I granted. Now, the question is, what should I do about the other woman? Pekele, pekele, arúgbó jẹ gbèsè. Ta ni ó sọ? This is pekele, pekele, o. Arúgbó jẹ gbèsè. Uncle said, and I have somebody outside that is helping my ministry that this my wife has neglected for only 8 years. She's apologizing now and crying, and I've forgiven her. But what happens to my side chick? So that's where this thing started from. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Please give us a thumbs up. We are talking about couples who, for whatever reason, decide to use kerewa as a weapon. And the uncle that started the conversation said for 8 years, only 8 years, the auntie was denying him. Okay, there's more. More people started, sending in their questions, and somebody said, good afternoon, Dr. Shola. I most appreciate you for bringing up this topic on why some women weaponize sex in marriage. This is the first time I see you speaking for the men too. God bless you. That's not true. That's not the first time. Dr. Shola does speak for men as well. Yeah, he speaks for women quite a lot, but he does speak for men. Of course, he's a man. Yeah. So, while we are still waiting, the link is in the comment section. Please use it and join the conversation. What is going on? Yeah. Why would a married man or woman, because I'm going to go to the women's, this thing about gender, people always say, but me too. I'm a woman. It's only men that are saying it, but me too. Me too. Right? I'm sharing my link, guys. If you want to join the conversation, let's have a conversation around this. More people started coming out, and that's why we're here today. Other people started coming out and narrating what is going on. And this is the wife. One of the wives of the people that their story was shared said, Dr. Shola, I read your last post about a man who has been sexually starved by his wife. That sounds like my husband. LOL. She's laughing. That kind of made me feel it's any kind of way. I'm not going to lie. When I read it, I was like, she's laughing. This is serious. Why are you laughing? But she has her reasons, obviously. She said, please, sir, speaking from myself, I'm not emotionally connected to my husband simply because all he wants is sex, nothing more. We don't share a bed together anymore. He will wake up every midnight at 12 to pray. From 12 midnight to 5 a.m. Now I see why she's laughing. 12 to 5. How many hours is that? That's 5 solid hours. Uncle is praying. She said from Pastor Jerry platform to Clam and then Redeemed Church. Shogun Layeni. Is this life Ogun? Is this life a battle? Are we here to fight? Oh my God. Shogun Layeni. I go to work every day at 6 a.m. whereas he works from home. Women are wired differently. And I think this is the major problem. You see, PK said that when he likes to counsel women because when women come to counseling, they will tell you the problem and they will tell you the answer. Typical example. You see how this auntie started with the problem? She also gave the answer. That's the answer. She said that she works from 6 a.m. She will leave the home and the man works from home. And that is the major reason because they are women and men are wired differently. And she went on to say, you can't just ask for sex randomly. No romance. Number one, cuddling, no romance. And when you are done, you immediately get up and leave the room. And men can do better. So this auntie is basically saying that, babe, for her, she's finding it as a chore. It's not sexy. She's not enjoying it. Yeah. The stories continue. Okpagon, the stories are many. Praying for 5 hours. 5 good hours. Kilo day. Are you the one that's trying to solve all the world problem? What? Uncle, why are you praying for 5 hours? That is the time you are supposed to be doing the do. 5 whole hours. Jesus. Okay, I'm going to read some more and then we'll talk about it. Please join the conversation. Give us a thumbs up. Yeah. She said that uncle is praying for 5 hours. She's leaving the home. I think there's lack of communication. And what I'm sensing here is that uncle is the kind of person that is spirit. It's good to be spiritual but when you see everything in life as spiritual and you think you're in heavenly places now, is a problem. Because as long as we are on earth, you have to do the things that earthly people do, e.g., talk. We talk, we communicate. We are nice to one another. So for that woman, I think for her, she wasn't enjoying it because there was no romance, there was no affection. I tell you guys all the time that the air that women breathe, when it comes to these things, attention, affection. However, another brother in Pastor Shola's page proved me wrong because there's always an exception to the rule. Yeah? Okay, this is what he said. Good morning, Dr. Shola. I would love my wife to read the comments from yourself and the community members. I have 3 kids with my wife. I pay all the household bills. I cook for myself mostly, cook for the kids sometimes, and do household chores. My wife has a job that gives her flexibility to work as little or as much as she wants. However, she combines her job with trying to start up a business. So she's consumed with work. You see, this is another aspect of the problem. Oh. She uses her earnings primarily for household things and to pay off debts, which she has gotten herself into, despite ignoring my advice. The same issues I've been complaining about for 8 years, e.g., lack of intimacy, not prioritizing the marriage, is the same issues today. I go to bed every night myself. I have pleaded many times that me cuddling with her gives me so much joy. And it does not even have to be every night. She says she's too tired to climb up to the stairs to come to bed. And she ends up sleeping on the sofa Monday to Sunday. You see why I don't like gender, all these gender things that people do. This uncle said, I cook, I clean, I take care of the children, I cook for myself. But my wife is busy running a business and working full time, and she ends up being fagged out, fatigued, and she's sleeping on the sofa from Monday to Sunday. No cuddles. What are we going to do with that? Hmm? So, this is where the problem is. Can you see? We have a serious issue. So when I got in touch with Pastor Shola, I said, Pastor Shola, you've opened a kind of warm zone. Oh, let me read the woman's zone. Thank you very much, guys. Please join us. Use the link in the comment section, join the conversation, and hit the like button. Let me share the woman's zone before I take calls. Yeah. The reason why I don't like gender wars is because every story is individual. Yeah. So you can never ever say because I'm a woman, oh, this is no, your experience is different from the other woman. Yeah, it's different. This person said, Doctor, my story is just like the last poster that said her husband doesn't romance her before sex and someone if she doesn't notice before marriage. Courtship is very different from marriage. After I gave birth, my husband would not touch me for months. I thought he was giving me time to heal because I went through CS. But it went on for more than 6 months. Then anytime I make a move, he will say to me that he's had a long day at work and this went on for years. Then I would cry. But I became stronger and it doesn't matter anymore because why should I beg for sex from my own husband? Some spouses are just wicked and when he feels that he couldn't do it without any romance, in fact, he only wants to do it during reproduction. Cause how can someone who doesn't do this during courtship start pretending in marriage? I thought we are supposed to enjoy it. No one can believe me if I tell them because they will think I have sex every day. I know he enjoys himself outside. And she said marriage is a scam. That's a woman narrating her own experience. Can you see? Aha, this is the one I'm looking for. The final one. Okbo, the story is plenty. This auntie said, how about women being starved too? I've been going through this for the past 5 years in my marriage. My husband is using sex to torture me. I only have one son. I need another child, but don't think that is possible again because I'm in my late 30s. I've talked about this and he didn't change. Instead, he finds pleasure in cheating. He cheats like no other. I have never had sex in the past 5 years. I think my sex life is completely gone. Yamutu, deleted, is a long story. He's not attracted to me anymore. And I know I've been good to him. Even till this moment, I help him financially, but now I'm planning to move out soon with my son. Dr. Shola, I am fine. I need a companion. See stories. Story, 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 story. Wow. See story from men, from women. Ibo la tún já sí báyìí o. What are we gonna do? Hmm? What are we gonna do about this? If you have a solution to this problem, please join me in the studio. Yeah? Sheila is here. Let me take a call from Sheila. You're welcome, Sheila. How are you?
Good, thank you, Auntie B. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, my darling. I hear you loud and clear. Welcome.
All my days. I don't have a solution.
We are looking for solutions. Men are
No, no,
complaining.
no.
Women are complaining. What is
I just
going on?
I just wanted to give my 2 cents.
Go ahead.
I
Go ahead.
I've been married for 26 years.
Well done.
Um, I've got a story or two to tell, but we'll leave that for another day. But having friends and just family members, it's whatever is you've read out and to be is what is going on. So I'm thinking if people do no longer treasure marriage, let the other person go. Let the other person go. Life is too short. Life is too short. So to grieve another person emotionally like that is just not right,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
I mean,
So
Sheila, do you think that people are marrying people they are not attracted to? Or is it a question of life happening or people checking out emotionally or women not feeling like one of the women who complained said that the husband only wants to just, have sex without romance, without intimacy. I mean, obviously it wasn't like that when they got married. I mean, is it just life happening or lack of
I think
communication
it's
or stress or too
a
much work? One
combination.
of the brothers said that the wife is working 247 doing business, and of course when you are tired you don't want to have sex.
I think it's a combination of everything. It's a combination of life happening. It's a combination of people checking out. It's a combination of pressure to get married in African society. You have to get married.
Yeah,
Even when you don't have a person to marry, you
especially in
need to get married.
Nigeria. Oh yeah, in
I think
Nigeria
I,
it's
I'm from Zambia and it's the same. It's the
really.
same, literally. It's
Are
the
you
same.
serious?
When you're going to school, go to school, do well, do well. When you finish school, when are you getting married? When you get married, when are the children coming? It's the same.
Oh
It's the
wow.
same. It's the same. Um,
Hmm.
my sister died uh, because she was in a marriage that was just not fulfilling and she couldn't have children.
Oh, I'm
And
so sorry.
the man made a mockery of her, you know.
Oh.
So I think it's a combination of everything. But I just
Hmm.
think we just need to be kind to each other. We're all people. We're all
Hmm.
people. If you no longer feel the same, then tell the person.
Yeah,
Women generally, our tradition, you cannot check out of a marriage.
yeah,
In Zambia, there's a saying. They say "kupiri." That means you need to stick it out no matter what.
yeah,
There's
yeah,
nothing like I'm not getting love. My
yeah,
husband's cheating. They'll tell you what? You're going to
yeah,
leave him because of cheating? That's no
yeah.
reason.
In Nigeria,
So
they will tell you that ile eko, what it translates to is that a husband's house is a school. So you
yeah,
just have to learn and deal with whatever comes.
yeah.
So the
Men
burden
are
of the marriage rests very heavily. I don't know if the same thing as Zambia. In Nigeria, the burden of the success of the marriage rests very heavily on the woman. If a marriage fails, they blame you.
equally the same in
Hmm.
Zambia. Equally the
Hmm.
same. Your husband can have an affair, but
Hmm.
dare you have an affair? You'll be
Hmm.
called all sorts. You could even be divorced. You
Hmm.
might even why? You might lose your life because of that. But men can do whatever they want to do. But I'm not trying to throw jabs at men here, but I'm
Yeah,
just thinking that it's a combination of a lot of things. Just
yeah.
people not being committed, people checking out, people being tired, or people just generally. I would like to say, and I don't have statistics, but I'm just saying, I feel like 95% of it is just men, African men. Please
Hmm.
don't come for me, African men. Just
That's all right.
misbehaving.
That's all
Just
right.
misbehaving, misdemeanors. That's it.
You are safe. You are safe. Don't worry. Don't worry. We
Because,
know ourselves. We are Africans, so we know ourselves. So it's
yeah,
okay.
because they get away with it. Our society allows them to get away with it.
Because there are no consequences. That's why.
Absolutely. So the burden is hugely on you, the wife,
Hmm.
hugely on you. So I think that's my 2 cents. It's a pity, I wouldn't want to be in a marriage that is like that. I would definitely check out. as well, you know. For
Sorry,
I
Pastor
would
Shola is just texting me. Do you know he was not aware? He was like, Jesus, really? Show, I'm in session. Pastor Shola, we are waiting, oh. You better jump in. Let me send him a voice
yeah,
note. Pastor Shola, people are waiting for you, oh. So you better jump in now. No excuse. Don't disappoint us, oh. These are your fans. Eshe Gonisa. Eshe. Sorry, Sheila. Go ahead, my love.
yeah. I've got friends who shared stories
Mhm.
like the other lady shared. I had a
Yeah.
baby,
Mhm.
husband not touching her. She just thought, okay, he's allowing me to recover. But if does that mean that when somebody touches you, something else has to happen? Can't you just cuddle and lie down together and be close together? You
Mhm.
know? So again, um, I just feel like there's no empathy from our men. We're supposed to drop these babies, get on with it. We're strong women. What is our problem? You know,
Mm.
oh, you're
Mm.
complaining
But
about
one
strength.
of the brothers said that he was doing everything, he was supportive, but the wife is still not giving out the cookies.
Those are a handful. They're a few in a million. They're there. I'm
Yeah,
sure
it's
they're
true.
there.
It's true.
I'm
Yeah.
sure they're there because
You
I
know
know a
what I
few.
think? Let me read this out to you. Black Diamond said, I think we grew up in a society that represses women's sexuality.
Absolutely,
And then they expect the women to be sexually expressive automatically after marriage. How?
absolutely.
So we have this thing where I don't know if you're aware, Dr. Shola. I had to tell him when I saw Dr. Shola I was in Houston in March, and I said, Dr. Shola, please stop this. I don't like it because I saw he did a lot of shows where he was talking about how Nigerian women are so repressed. They don't ask their husband for sex. They are not, and then the African American women are so sexually active, and the men love what they do. And then I
Yeah,
made him, you know what Black Diamond is saying? I made him understand. I said, but we grew up where our parents were telling us that sex is a taboo, it's a sin.
absolutely. Yeah,
Psychologically, we were taught that you only do it because
absolutely.
you're gonna have children or you are. Our parents taught us to hate sex. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
it's true. It's true. It's true. And suddenly we need to show up in our marriages and drop everything like it's hot.
Yeah, so
We're
I'm
trying.
sorry if I'm not showing up like I'm this tigress who is sexually and want to experiment and everything, because when you condition people in a certain kind of way, it's a function of conditioning. We've been conditioned in a
Absolutely.
way where we see sex as in the bounds of marriage and for procreation or for whatever. It's not meant
Yeah,
to be for pleasure. Do you
for
understand, Sheila?
pleasure. Yes, for pleasure, for joy, to enjoy each other.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
again, let's bring in the issue of circumcision. I don't know. Do you do that in
Right.
in in Zambia?
Certain tribes do. Yes.
Right. So in some tribes, a lot of tribes in Nigeria do that, where female circumcision is still something is against the law now, but they still do it. When you've
Right.
removed the part of the woman's organ that is
Yeah.
meant to give her satisfaction, what do
Yeah.
you expect? And again, the reason why they do the FGM is to repress women in that area.
Absolutely.
They say they do it to
Absolutely.
tame them so that you will not be promiscuous. But now you get married, you don't enjoy it because you don't see any form in you don't
Uh,
have orgasm. I have people that have told me that they don't know what it means to have an orgasm.
Right.
Women.
That's a bit sad.
Yes. So you see, it's a deep, very, very deep issue. And these same women will get married to an innocent man out there who is probably very sexually active. He just wants to keep going. And he's like, what are
Yeah.
you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah. But I think
Yeah.
this is where communication comes in when people talk to each other, not to be, I think all walls should be down. Once you're married, you should be able to communicate and talk about things, when things are not working and when things are working and what could be done to get things better. So it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's part of life to be enjoyed. So,
Let me read
um,
this to you, Queen. Queen said, Sheila, Queen said, I'm a product of an arranged marriage, and it is not a good feeling when the woman married for green card and was not interested in the man. Because again, what I try to tell brothers is that the way what sex means to a man is different from what it means to a woman.
absolutely.
For a woman, you need to have an emotional connection to a man for you to want and desire that man. But men, they don't need to be connected to you emotionally, they just smash and go.
Right.
And that's why they say that you can sleep with a woman you don't love or you don't care for. You can love one woman and sleep with another woman, and it doesn't bother you. It happens. That's
Right.
men. But for women,
Right.
it's so hard.
Absolutely. It looks like men are always at an advantage. That's what it
Mhm.
looks like. They're always at that. It's really, really, really sad. Especially when you're denying your friend and then you're bragging about it to others. You're bragging about it to your friends and like, I haven't touched my wife in so many months, you know, but you're having extramarital affairs elsewhere. And
Hmm.
it happens and you hear all these stories and it's staggering. And you wonder, why? Why do you want to keep somebody bound like that? And you
Hmm.
go on doing whatever it is you want to do. Why?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I know that, a lot of women are stepping out now to say, you know what, I'm just going to find, somebody told me something a while ago that shocked me, that they met a guy, a friend of mine said that he met a woman um, in a dating site, and he got to
Right,
find out that she was married.
right.
So women, some women, not all, again,
Absolutely.
because of the way we're socialized, are
Yeah,
trying to explore and find ways to meet their needs. But again, the burden is on the woman to retain that front, that marriage,
yeah.
no matter how you feel.
In most instances, men never want to leave. I don't know why. I know a lot of people through circles, men who are doing abominable things. They don't want to leave. They will hang on, they will cling on, right? Even when the woman says, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah,
There's nothing in here for me. I can't. They will not want to let the woman go.
that's why men don't
But
fight for divorce. If you check the
yeah,
statistics, it's always women.
yeah. But they're busy elsewhere. They're never available. They're never available at home. They're never available for the children. They're never available they're always working. But you're still in debt. So what exactly are you doing? So um it's an absolute, it's a pity. I'm not sure there's one answer for all, and everyone's
No,
story is
it's
different.
different.
Everyone's
Absolutely.
story is
Hmm.
different,
Hmm.
you know. So I think people individually need to decide, do I live like this for the rest of my life? Or is there
Hmm.
something out there better for me? Right?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Life is absolutely short and we need to live it, like this is our last day. Life is so short.
Hmm.
I lost family members last year, three family members,
Wow.
my birth mother, my stepmother, my sister. It has not been easy. And I'm
I'm so
being
sorry.
intentional now about how I live my
You live your
life. And if
life.
something is not serving me, I would not want to be a part of it.
Thank you so much, Sheila. Thoroughly enjoy talking to you. You're amazing. I'm sending you my love and hugs. So sorry about your losses. The Lord will keep you and uphold you and grant you strength. Thank you so much. That's Sheila, originally from Zambia. I didn't know that Zambia's culture is very similar to Nigerian culture in terms of marriage and the expectation placed on women. And we're not saying that all men, are monk parks or all men, like we read the story of the man who said, I'm doing all this, yet my wife does not want it. So we're trying to understand and provide solutions. What is the problem? Is it that women are marrying men that they don't love? They don't, because if you're not attracted to a man, okay, let me tell you something. Before Olu, I'm coming to you in a minute. Guys, if you want to join the conversation, please jump in. I don't know if Dr. Shola is going to make it. Let me try him again. People are not liking. Can you please give us a thumbs up if you are enjoying this conversation? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please give us a thumbs up. Yeah, people are not liking. The likes are so few.
Obodo Farm. Ladies and gents, it's your resident princess Dami. Are you looking to transform your ideas into eye-catching visuals? You know, we live in a time where how you package and visually represent yourself and your brand matters even before people view the content or the value that you're offering. See, I'm your person. I'll make your brand shine bright. From business cards to billboards, I'll get your look just right. Flyers, posters, logos too. I'll create the perfect view. I mean, take a look at the Obodoyibo channel now and the facelift with all the thumbnails as a testimony. I really sabi this work, oh. No joke. For all your design needs, I'm the one for you. Connect with me today for graphic designs and digital content creation services. Book me today. Let this princess turn your vision into something to behold. Check out my portfolio and connect with me on social media. I look forward to serving you. Thank you, Auntie B, again for this wonderful opportunity.
Princess Dami sorting out Obodo Farm for Tikpe Tikpe. Okay, let's take the call from Ifeoluwa. Hello, darling.
Hi, Auntie B. Can you hear
Hi,
me?
hi, sweetie. Where are you joining us from?
I'm calling from Canada.
Welcome. What do you have to
Yeah.
say?
Um, First of all, I just want to thank you for I've been your fan for like ages now. This is my first time calling on the show.
Really? Let me clap for
Yeah.
you. Hey! This topic must be important for you to
uh,
jump in.
yes, Auntie B. Yes, Auntie B.
I see you. I do see you in the comment section. Yeah. I've
Yeah.
seen you several times. Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Sometimes my name comes out as Black Lotus, right? So
Oh, you're Black Lotus.
yes.
Okay. I see you active. Yeah.
Yeah,
Welcome.
thank you so much. So, I don't want us to lose the grasp of this topic. We are not focusing on men or women. We are not attacking any gender. We are
Mhm.
talking generally what actually leads
What are the
to,
issues? Why are married
yeah,
couples not
sexless
smashing?
marriage. Yes,
Why?
that is
Why?
the issue I want us
Yes,
to think about and also prefer solution. It's not about just bringing out the issues alone. We need to like why. And I would like to say that the reason for a man might be different for that of a woman. I want us
absolutely.
to establish that. And most times I want to bring it from this angle. Some of the things that happen in marriages, we actually see them before we get married. But sometimes we tend to neglect or assume it's going to get better.
That's women for you. Women
Women,
always do that. Yeah.
yeah, women do that.
I
And
will change
most,
him. When
mhm,
I marry, I will change him.
you're
We have
very
a list of
correct.
the things we will change when we get
Yes.
married.
Yes. I
It
know
will
also
work.
there are some changes that also occur within the marriage. I'm trying to compartmentalize it so that we don't lose touch of why and what. So within the marriage, some things also happen that make marriage become sexless, right? So if I want to start from before the marriage, you guys will have, let's say you don't even want to have premarital sex, which that one is a debatable issue on its own. There are some things you guys will have talked about. One, are you attracted to this person, both male and female? That attractiveness has to be there. Most times, the reason for getting married now is because of our biological clock. For men, they will say, "Oh, I have a job now." The next thing is getting a woman. They go for someone close to them, and they are married. The attractiveness is lost. That also can now, when they get married, it will continue to brew. And before you know it, because the attractiveness was not there from the beginning, they start resenting each other within the marriage. Then you now start wondering why did it happen. The man might endure for the first 2 3 years, maybe just to have children. Before you know it, they start feeling like I've gotten what I want. They just back. I'm not trying to support any gender here. I'm just trying to break it down, cut across board, right?
Mhm,
For a
mhm.
woman too, like you said, some of them have gone through some practices like FGM that made that place.
Yeah. There's
Yeah,
also
so
grape. Grape also
yes,
affects a woman's
exactly.
ability to enjoy Kerewa.
Exactly, Auntie B. So there are many things that can lead to this sexless marriage. But One thing I just want to put out there, because we cannot exhaust the reasons.
Yeah.
Solution. The biggest thing people tend to forget, communication is a big deal. Communication, people get too familiar when they get married, and that they lose that part of communicating with each other. Communication is not just talking, like you have to have talk. This thing that, like this example Dr. Shola gave, 8 years. What are you doing for
Hey,
8 years? I'm
Jesus is
sorry,
Lord.
even me as a woman, I cannot stay for 3 months in the same house and you tell me no, we need to talk about this. And if you feel that your partner is someone you cannot talk to, that is
You know,
why we can seek professional help.
if Oluwa, you know the one that made me laugh is the one that the woman said that the uncle used to pray from 12 to 5 a.m.
That's
I'm
not
like,
that's not right. Is
I'm
the
like,
person,
and the answer to your prayer, what are you praying for?
Auntie B,
Please,
the
uncle,
best time for this thing is that hour you're praying. I'm going to disrupt
why
that
are
prayer.
you praying? Why are
I'm
you
sorry.
praying?
I will disrupt that prayer because even the Bible said if you are praying and your partner is not happy, that prayer cannot be answered. So what are you praying about? This is the prayer in front of you. So I've just put like communication is a big deal. People need to learn to communicate. And also, if you feel like your partner is not someone you can talk to, seek professional help. I know it's easier said than done, but at least it's a step forward.
Mhm.
If you do all you need to do in that aspect, I always tell someone that instead of me to cheat on you, I'll rather talk about it. And if I see that there's no way forward, I will leave you. Then go my way than cheat on you within the marriage. I don't appreciate that kind of the way. I don't know why people see it so easy. But for me, it's not what I would advise. If professional help is not working, and to be, it's just, I don't know. It's personal to me. That's why it's coming out this way. I'm sorry. You know,
How are you affected by this?
um, maybe for some other time.
You don't
you
want
know,
to share. You
yeah,
don't want to
because
share. Have you been with someone that was withholding it and doing daily prayer?
not even because of daily prayer, more like an excuse, right? So, and me, I'm a very spontaneous person. You can know.
So, yeah, so it's not only daily prayer, there are things that other things from the male angle can be
Yes,
easy. ED
yes,
is a good one.
yeah.
I know. Okay, so for my generation, men who are older, 50s, 60s, ED is usually the issue. Okay?
Yeah, yeah. So what I just want to say, so that I don't waste a lot of time, is that we have to be intentional and be
Mhm.
considerate of the other party. You cannot
Absolutely.
say because you are feeling this way. This is part of the package of marriage. If
Absolutely.
anything is the issue, let's say he offended you. Are you going to not forgive him for 8 years? It's also affecting you if you don't know. The thing is that people that weaponize this thing don't understand that in as much as it's affecting, it's also affecting you as a person.
Yeah,
Unless you
some
are
of
looking,
them,
is
yeah. So some of the people that weaponize it, they are having it outside,
that's
both
it.
men
That's
and
why.
women.
Because if you're not able to get it elsewhere, you will look for solution inside the house.
Yeah,
Is when they start getting it elsewhere, they don't
they
bother
don't
again.
care. Yeah.
Exactly.
Remember the man that said 8 years? He said that the reason why the wife knew is because he stopped begging.
Imagine. So she was enjoying the begging. She was now that the man
Not
took.
be juju be that. Where is that?
Imagine. So because the man went out now, and you are now begging.
She only knew because the man stopped begging. Can you
Imagine.
imagine?
So what
Ah,
is the assurance that if the man agrees to leave the one outside, you will not go back to what you were doing? You just wanted to
so
get him back. You see
yes.
the lack of consideration we are talking about. She's been selfish with it. I know there are several situations, but for this particular one, I'm just saying that the woman was just being inconsiderate. You
So
know,
yeah, that selfishness is a big deal. It
and
happens all the time.
I have a
Yeah,
friend also, and to
because
be that
yeah,
that is planning to get married. And I know the kind of person she is. Her hormone is top the roof. I told her, please discuss this part of your life with whoever you want to be with. It's a deal breaker for you. Nobody should now tell you that you now enter marriage. You now tell you that she's like that. She cannot. You cannot be beside me 2 days and tell me you'll not touch me. That's the kind of person she is. So I
right.
told her, please, because sometimes people don't talk about these things. Then
Yeah.
when they get married, the man will tell you, but you know this is me before. If this is your deal breaker, if you guys, your values, everything does not match, it's okay, you don't get married. But you now, because your time clock is running, you rush into the marriage thinking you change. Nobody can change anybody.
No, you
Nobody
can't.
can change it. So I think it's high time we started knowing that we have to be intentional. If it's not working, seek professional help. If that still is not working, it's okay to go your way. It's a good reason to go your separate ways. Thank you, Auntie B.
Oh, Ifeoluwa, first time caller, top grade caller. I appreciate you.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so much.
much.
You are
Thank you.
amazing. You're amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you. I love you. Thank you so much, my love. Wow. She spoke very, very well. Very, very well. So if you are here and you are not married, you're planning to marry, please just know you can't change anybody. You don't say, let me just marry, because I think one of the reasons is because a lot of people just marry and say, let me just marry and become Mr. And my parents are pressuring me to marry, I'll become a Mrs. or whatever. But you don't like the person. Marriage is
There's
a long
definitely lots
road.
of that going on. Lots of
The,
that
the
going on.
road is too long. It's too long, Goni. It's too long. You can't do that. You can't do that. Let me take me now, then I'll come back to you.
Okay, no problem.
Hello, Queen. Queen Neosoro. Okay, well, let's continue until she gets. Maybe she's trying to sort out her network.
Oh, okay. Can you hear
Welcome.
me?
Yes,
Okay, let me just change this thing so I can hear you clearly. Can you hear me now?
I'm hearing
I'm
you. It's
hearing
quite
it's
good.
quite good.
Oh,
Oh,
hold on one second.
Lobaton.
Let me
Oh, wrong.
just. Okay, all right. Want to make sure you don't hear me back again. Oh wow, yeah. Where's Dr. Shola? That's why we're
Dr.
here. Oh
Dr. Shola said that he booked a session
oh my God, that's why we're here now.
that he didn't know. He sent me a message. He said he booked a session. He didn't know it's today. I said, Dr. Shola, really?
Oh, that's why we're
Anyway,
here.
so,
I listened to the video he did about this earlier on today.
yeah,
Yeah, I thought it was quite interesting.
yeah.
This is a big issue. I don't
Ah,
know.
over
You
big
know,
bani.
the number that I posted, majority of people going through this are not reporting it though. That's just people reporting it, you know.
Oh, I forgot to tell you guys when I started talking to Dr. Shola about it. He said that his inbox is overflowing with messages, over 200 messages.
Yeah.
Or people saying, I'm in this WhatsApp group. I'm here. I'm this. I'm that.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah. It's a big issue. It's a big issue because it creates a vicious cycle. So usually there are other issues, Abby. So if I can talk camera and Abby, okay.
no, it's okay. It's
Okay,
fine.
all right, all right, all right. Because you're looking good today, so I don't want to make sure
Wow,
it's
shit.
balanced.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you, Ola. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm fine. If you don't want to, that's fine.
All
Oh
right.
man,
Good.
to
Good.
camera and all the time. You always put your camera on. You, Ben, you have that luxury. And we buy
I
it
do.
about package where that the camera.
I know. I know. I know. I understand. I understand. So this thing, it creates a vicious cycle because there are underlying issues that causes it. So when you now had that on top of the underlying issues, they become resentful to each other. So it makes it even that much harder to address the actual issues, right?
Yeah,
So if we talk from a man's standpoint now,
yeah.
imagine a man who is dealing with blue balls, we call it, right?
What's blue
He
balls?
blue balls,
Yeah.
he's stabbed. He's stabbed.
Oh, okay. The balls
Yeah.
become blue.
That's just how they say it. I don't know if it becomes blue.
Okay, I've not heard it before. I'm just trying to learn.
I don't know.
When a woman is starved, cannot pay.
When a woman, I don't know.
You don't know. You only know
But
what they call it for the brothers.
I think that's what they say. But when a man he becomes very cranky. So even if you try to communicate, the same you that you're in that position where you are starving him, you're not trying to communicate. It's just a bad combination, if you think about it. So I think a lot of people are dealing with this, and then it's very difficult to address it. And then by the time you want to even address it, there's other issues that have happened too. So as you are talking about this one, that one is talking about that one, and then it's talking about that one, it's talking about that one. So it's a very dangerous thing for anybody to start. Once you start it,
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
don't know when to. Yeah, it's kanji. Thank you, Jerry. Kanji. The kanji is a better language.
But do you know that it's not only men that experience kanji? Allah, show my back.
Ah, me wa anymore. That's what I've been trying to tell these brothers because they always assume that they can punish a woman with it. I will just not
Women
give it.
experience kanji too. Oh. Women can experience kanji too.
Ah,
So it's
of
not
course,
only
of course, of course.
men.
In fact, a lot of part of the epidemic is that a lot of women that quote unquote find this awkward to discuss with their spouse, they end up getting attracted to other men outside,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of that going on, ma. There's a lot of that going on, ma. Married women engaging in extramarital affairs because it starts with things like this.
When you have a husband that prays from 12 midnight to 5 a.m., how will you not have kanji?
Well, in that story that Dr. Shala was talking about, I thought it was the guy that was complaining.
Yeah, no, it's different stories. One more.
Okay, so that's the second story.
There are
from a woman.
there are plenty rishi stories. No one bad.
Yeah.
Plenty stories. It's not one. The one that Dr. Shala did was just one out of all the numerous stories that we're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a serious problem everywhere, Auntie B. There's no any other story that you know that we've talked about here, right? With regards to marriage. Almost every single one of them have resulted in Kiriwa-less marriage.
First of all, he said, I think a lot of women don't understand the impact of lack of carework on men. It sounds like they can buy without getting some. Please educate us. So, when I was listening to what Dr. Shala said, and when Dr. Shala was doing the show, people were calling in. A woman actually described it and said, it's like, for men, kanji is like a woman who had a baby, you are breastfeeding. When you are breastfeeding as a nursing mother, if you cannot express the milk, it is very painful. And that's why a lot of women delay whining their children off breast milk, because the process, Jesus, is so painful, because you have to allow that milk to sit without getting off. So a woman actually described it, said it's the same thing for a man when they cannot get sex.
Yes.
That is the same feeling.
I think that's pretty accurate.
It gave me a different perspective. I'm not going to lie, Ola. When I heard that, I was like, oh, wow. I never knew.
He has to, even there's a part in the scripture that talk about wasting it. He has to waste it, or he has to put it somewhere. Even though in that same video, Dr. Shala talked about this is why a lot of men resort to masturbation. Those of them that don't have the options of getting side chicks or getting out there, or it's too expensive lifestyle for them, they resort to masturbation. I don't think it's just that women don't understand. I think it's very hard for them to comprehend because of what led to this situation in the first place.
Yeah, because as women, we're always in our feelings, isn't it?
Yes. So we're dealing about a woman who is not attracted to her husband, because if she was, she would want it. It could be that, it could also be medical stuff, right? Libido and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But ultimately, she doesn't have the urge to do this with her husband.
I've seen a couple of women on Dr. Shala's page that are saying that they don't like kerewa and they don't want anybody to touch them. One girl actually said that if you touch my boobs, I'm going to be really mad. I don't like it. Nobody should touch me. But she wants to get married.
Why is she in this conversation? We're not talking about those kind of people. Why is that person instead of marriage?
No, she's not in a marriage. She's saying, are there men like that who don't like physical touch? And, to my shock, in the comment section, a lot of people were like, yeah, you are not alone. We're like, women, not men though.
Let me get this straight, Auntie B. So this person is saying their man does not like physical touch?
No, she's saying she doesn't like somebody touching her.
Okay, is she married to a person?
No, she's not. She's saying she doesn't like anybody touching her boobs. She doesn't want anybody to touch her body.
So we can solve that problem easily. Just don't get married.
No, but she wants to get married.
Why?
Because It's what society expects. She wants to have
No,
children.
that's excuses for bad behavior. Don't get married or find somebody who also doesn't want that. Good luck with that. But go and find somebody who doesn't want that. Most human beings are human beings. They want to be kerewa involved with their partner. So don't come and be telling us excuse on the public platform. Just go and go. There are communities for everything in this world on the internet. Go and find them.
Ola, I've seen it. Let me share it with you. I've seen it. Come on, like when you're on puro. Ọlọ́run mọ̀ pé mi ò ń purọ́.
I mean, Leparo, I've been seeing this. I've been seeing this myself, Auntie.
Can you see it? It's there. Only Dr. Shola, does it mean something is not right with me? I don't like anyone touching my breast or inserting anything into me. If I manage to do it this week, I might not want to do it again in another 3 months.
No, the only thing that is not right with this statement is that she's thinking something is not right with her. We're not saying something is not right with you. We're just saying find similar people.
She now said, can I find a man just like myself? And come and see the comment section. Somebody in the comment sections, Mimi said, we are many on this table. I can tell you for sure, honey, ain't nothing wrong with us. We are just not obsessed with sex and the rest of the world. So yeah, you can find men just like us. Shanko.
Okay, that will solve the problem. But also, sex is not something you can put into a box. We find it so easy when we start having these conversations to put it into a box. It's not something you can put into a box.
So is the conversation in the comment section is about finding a man like that too?
That's
How
it.
are you gonna find a man
That
like
will
that?
No.
I don't like Kerewa. So I'm looking for a man that doesn't like Kerewa. Come on now. Where?
No, there are communities for everything on the internet. You just have to search them. Instead of coming to have conversation with some of us that we want it, go and find them. There are communities for everything on the internet, Auntie B. I promise you. If you go to...
I know.
Yeah.
There are community for asexuals, but I guarantee you that this person writing this is probably somewhere in Nigeria. They don't know that community. And so they're going to end up marrying a viral man who wants Kerewa. And then we're going to have this story of, my wife has not slept with me for 8 years.
Yeah, it's see the way she framed the sentence, gone self. You know me, I will have to analyze every word. It's not. Are you saying something is not right with me? No, he did not say something is not right with you. He's just saying most normal men have expectations that there will be a lot of them, majority of them actually want to be faithful. They would rather deal with you in the house than having to go out into the streets. It's the minority of men that are quote unquote the cheaters that we talk about here whenever we're talking about these viral stories. So, but of course, we have a situation like you said. I said earlier that the way you described, that person described it like it's painful when you hold it in, right? If you know that most men are like that, just understand that and don't go into a marriage with a man like that.
Ola, to be honest, yeah, it gave me a new perspective about this matter because I'm a mother and I breastfed my children and I know what it means when your breast is full and you are trying to wind your child off breast milk. It is so painful. You almost want to breastfeed them again because of the pain. Because the milk is filling up your breast. You don't want to give it to them because you want them to stop. So eventually you end up expressing that milk to waste.
Yeah. Yeah.
The pain, you get sick from it. I don't know. Mothers, can you confirm?
Especially if you're attracted to your wife. That's the worst thing that can happen. That you can do to a man.
When this person said it, it gave me a new perspective. I was like, wow, I didn't know it's this bad though for men.
You didn't know, Auntie B. Where's my face? Can I make my face bigger? You didn't.
No,
you didn't know.
No, I didn't know it's that bad.
If your husband is attracted to you, yes, he wants it damn near every day. And he will have to be understanding to find some kind of rhythm or frequency that works for both of you. And then he will have to learn about quality of it over time, so that it's not just about frequency. When you let me use your language, Auntie B. When you use the language that you weaponize it, it's not received well. That's why I don't like using that language, because the way a man interprets that is like you just want to be evil to me. Like, what do you mean you weaponized it? That's why I don't like using that language for men, because it gets worse.
So, unfortunately, it's really unfortunate that people end up marrying people who don't match their sexual needs or appetites. So, in some cases, like now, the example I'm giving is like is a because the main thing that started the whole story is about a man who was sexually starved for 8 years. That uncle, in fact, he will go to heaven because that level of patience. I don't know many people that can have that level of patience. 8 years is a long time.
There are many, many stories like that to be.
8 years, Ola.
Yes. Yeah, the older they get, the worse it gets.
So again, the flip side of the story is that there are women who are very sexually active, love Kerewa, but their husbands can't bring it.
See this statement here. Shout out to Sylvia. I know a man who doesn't like Kirewa. Oh, kill mean by that, ma. Kini story to lead to Tefi conclude people like Kirewa.
No,
What
there
do
are
you
men like
mean?
that. Ola. No, he doesn't want to.
I want to know what led to this conclusion. I want a man to come and tell me yes. When a man tells me I don't like Kirewa, then I'll take it in easily. But if a woman is telling me I know a man who doesn't like Kirewa, oh, how
Ola,
did you make this conclusion?
Ola, stop the cap, please. Stop it.
Are
Stop
we
it.
going to answer the question?
No, 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 no. The
How
same
did
way.
you conclude this?
No, because he doesn't do it. He doesn't want to do it.
With that person, yes.
No, he doesn't do it. He doesn't see any value for it. He only does it when he wants to have children.
So okay, so let me say this, Auntie B. If we say I know a man who doesn't like Kirewa, if that person happens to be your husband, we conclude that the problem is solved. Just go and find another man who likes to do Kirewa.
So exactly the way it is for men, it's also the same for women. There are men who don't like Kerewa.
So I'm choosing now to agree with you, Auntie B. So
No, you
now,
have to. You have to. Because
okay,
it's
so
reality.
so let me choose to agree with you, right? In this moment, let's choose to agree with you. I know a man who doesn't like Kirewa, or if that happens to be your husband, if that person doesn't like Kirewa, you leave that marriage. That problem is now solved. You should go and find somebody who does not like Kirewa, and you
It's not
too,
easy
you
like
go and,
that. I wish it was so easy.
no, it's easier said than done. But the point still stands. You see what I'm saying, Auntie B? You still have to do that because it's not fair to you that you're with a man who doesn't like Kirewa. You see where we're going with that, Auntie B?
So let me tell you this, Ola. It's not just about a man who doesn't like career. From a woman's perspective, I can tell you categorically, there are men, mostly older men or aging men, who have ED issues.
Yes.
Okay,
There are.
and they would refuse to address it.
That's
They
not
will
the
not
same thing as he doesn't like Kirewa. Those are two different issues, Auntie B.
No, no, no. It's an issue too because if you have ED issues and
Yes,
you
it's
cannot
an issue
correct your
too.
wife, and you cannot correct your wife consistently over years, is it not the same?
Auntie
And
B,
you are
it is an
refusing
issue
to
too. Auntie B, it's an issue too. But it's a separate issue.
it doesn't matter. It's semantics. It's the same thing. There's no kerewa. That's the bottom line.
Okay, so now we're talking. So the issue is that there's no Kirewa. Let's address that there's no Kirewa. Not that he doesn't like Kirewa.
No kerewa because he cannot get he cannot get it up for whatever medical issues or whatever issues.
So we need to identify the, sorry, Auntie B, I didn't mean to bring you. We need to identify the right problem so we can solve the problem. If we are combining all the problems together, we will continue to have these issues.
There's no combining or separating. The bottom line is that there's no kerewa. There's a reason why there is no kerewa. Okay.
I agree with you. So what do we do now?
Is that you don't like kerewa? Is that you're attracted to somebody? You're not attracted to your spouse, or you have erectile dysfunction that is not making you getting up.
Okay.
And you see, that's the worst one. When the woman is still in her prime, and I know people in my real life that are going through this, or like, I kid you not.
I'm with you, Auntie B. Remember I told you number, right?
And the man will say, no, there's nothing wrong with me. Go to GP. No. Seek medical attention. No.
Yes. Men that have ED issues. No, so now let's go in the direction of ED now. Men that have ED issues, they have a problem addressing it because of ego. That is a fact.
So what's she supposed to do?
Well, she need to seek help. She's the one that's complaining. She needs to seek help. There are ways around that. There are ways to get that man comfortable enough to get him talking.
Help for his problem, Abby.
No, this is her problem now. She's the one that wants Kirewa. We need to, Auntie B, help me. We need to.
You don't get any help from me tonight, Ola. Stop it.
Wait.
Stop that crap.
Let me help. So
It's your problem. It's me now that will seek help. How? Am I going
okay.
to remove your kerewa and take it to the GP?
So there's a couple of problems. Okay, there's a couple of problems. The ED, yes, is his problem on his body. Okay.
Exactly.
The person that is saying my husband does not want to carry me, that's another problem. That person should seek help. Okay, that person should seek help.
No, the person with the problem should seek help. It's not me that I'm seeking help for you.
So how are we going to do that, Auntie B?
No, I can encourage. Okay, let me tell you this particular situation that I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has ED issues because of health problems. Okay.
Yes.
She's been very supportive. She's been understanding. Okay, what can we do? Getting medication? Should we change the medication? Should we go to Uncle Proctor? It's all semantics, Jerry. No mind Ola. She's playing broken.
No, but you did give me an alternative solution, so you can't say it's semantics.
It's semantics. We're not having kerewa. That's the bottom line. I don't care whether it's ED.
So what do we do with that, Auntie B? That we're not having problem.
So
okay, I'm listening, Lower. I'm listening to you. What do we do with the kerewa?
I'm not judging you. And she's not judging. She's not being, difficult. She's understanding and saying, "Oh, I don't need this. Can we go and talk?" And it's like there's nothing wrong with me. I'm not going. You go to the doctor if you want to go to the doctor. Nigerian mind now. I don't want to go to the doctor. How is she gonna help him?
So how is that his problem? Explain to me, Auntie.
Allah.
I'm not. No. Let's talk about it. I'm here with you. How is that his problem? He's not admitting that he has a problem. How is that his problem?
Because he's a man and he has a duty and obligation to care for his wife.
Okay, and he's not doing that.
Yes.
So whose else problem does that become when he's not doing that?
Well, it's his problem because if he's not doing it, then he's failing in his obligation.
Okay, but it becomes other people's problem too. That's the point I'm making here, right? She's the one talking to us now, right? That also effectively becomes our problem.
You see, I think Kofala if I think share. Simon said, "Yes, this is my situation right now. He's refusing to find treatment for his ED."
What does that? Okay, if he's refusing to find treatment, that becomes a problem for you. You need to seek help, is what we're talking about. When you have a situation in your...
What help are you going to seek for your husband?
So let's make it less about Kerewa for a second. If you have an issue in your marriage and you're not enjoying it, you as an individual are not enjoying it. You have to be accountable to your own happiness. It's easier, as a consultant, it's easier to point fingers at whatever you see as the root cause that is not doing Kerewa. But unfortunately, that's not going to solve the problem. Based on what you just told me, it's not solving the problem. You now effectively have a problem, which is you're not getting Kerewa. That, yes, it's a separate problem, but it's a problem for you.
What am I supposed to do?
Be accountable to that. Talk to someone. Don't conclude that it is the end of the world. Because if you do, you have what we're talking about today.
Allah, I don't know what's happening to you, but you're doing brotherhood today.
You know why? Because Auntie, thank goodness you're not in this issue. You would listen to me a little bit easier if you're in this issue.
You are being a brother. You are doing brotherhood. This is Ben in your head now talking. If it's Brother Ben that's talking now, we understand.
No, I've given Brother Ben this type of pushback before.
No. You are the one doing brotherhood now.
Brother Ben is always trying to point finger at the other things. And no,
Brother Ben likes to play the gender game. He likes to play the gender. Well, we know him for that. He's he's very open about it. We almost expect it. If it's Ben, I say what you are saying, I will not be surprised. Okay?
It's the same issue that Uncle Ben have whenever we're addressing the issue. If you are complaining, let me help Auntie. If you are complaining about disrespect from your wife, that becomes a problem for you. You need to address it on your own, starting with you. It's the same issue.
We have problem. We are not doing Kerewa. Why are we not having Kerewa? Because my husband has ED. Okay. Which might be related to his medication, his health, diagnosis, whatever. But there's ED.
Okay.
And I'm trying to be a caring and nurturing wife, helping him, to say, okay, what should we do? The first step to any medical issue is going to the doctor. and he's
Okay.
saying it's not a problem.
Okay, so so he has ED.
Now you are,
It's
yeah, no,
not.
no,
It's
no.
he
Ola,
can't
hold
get it
on.
up. He can't get it
Ola,
up,
hold
Bobby.
on now. What is
Okay,
ED? What is ED?
he can't
You
get
can't
it.
get it up. Right?
Mofe Moboya, he can't get it up. Is that what we're talking about? He
Come
can't
on
get it up.
now, Ola, don't mention here. Erectile dysfunction. You cannot get it up. His dick is not standing up.
Okay, all right. Just want to make sure we're on the same page. Okay. Now what? What do we do about that, Auntie B?
So
Moboyi?
all of a sudden, it's my fault. I'm the one that need to be accountable. When you refuse to seek help, I'm being nurturing. I'm helping you. I'm trying to find a solution to it. But you because of your ego, you're like, there's nothing wrong with me. We should. You prefer that we continue to live like that, like brother and sister, and not kerewa.
But Auntie B, I didn't say it's your fault. I never said that.
No, you said we should be. The woman should be accountable.
Accountable to and fault is not the same thing. They're two different things.
Ola, abeg, leave that matter. Queen I. Welcome, Jare. I'm ending. Ola.
You guys hear me?
Yes.
Hello, darling. How are
Hi.
you? Ola is being naughty tonight. He's trying to play brotherhood.
No, I mean what I'm saying. No, it's just probably gonna, alone. If you see problem, we will address it properly.
Uncle, if you have ED, go and resolve it and stop. Keep your ego aside. If you don't care about your wife, you are the one looking for trouble.
And now it's still not getting up. What do we do now?
Well, I think we need clarification. Is Ola trying to say that the reason why the ED is happening is because the wife isn't initiating anything, or is he trying to say
No.
No, let me answer, Auntie B.
Okay.
Now let me answer, Auntie B.
Answer.
No, I am not saying that. I'm saying we don't know if that's what it is. That's what I'm saying.
And I understand.
We know. The one I'm giving you, I know.
To find go to the doctor.
It's a medical issue.
Exactly. And the whole aspect of being supporting and stuff to make the suggestion, let's go to the doctor and find out. So there's no discrepancy there at all.
So Queen is your name, right? Queen is your name?
No, my name is Ime.
Ime. So Ime, you and I were married, and you told me let's go to the doctor, and I said there's nothing wrong with me. I don't want to go to the doctor. What do you do with that?
Well, I am going to give you a reason why you should go to the doctor.
Why would you do that? Why not just move on with your life? It's not your problem.
Well, it is my problem because.
Oh no! Wait! It's not your problem, oh.
Husband and I.
You disagree with Auntie B, Ime. It's not your problem. It's my problem.
But if we are married, and you are my partner, you're my husband. If you're children, I'm going to want to consider your vitality.
There we go.
Reason why you should go to the doctor. There's a logical reason why, and then I'm going to respond and delve.
I love it.
Answer, and then after that, it will be a problem. If you don't want to listen to me after I give you the reason why you should go to the doctor, then it's a problem.
But you know what you just did? That was so logical. You said it's my problem. We have children, right? And all this kind of stuff. And that changes everything. Exactly. Do you see how it changes everything for me? Being your husband?
Well, this is the case of support. And this is what Auntie B was trying to say earlier. The whole point in suggesting that you go to the doctor is because of the fact that we're married. You formed a covenant here. So it is the duty of the woman. If it's one side, then
Allah, whatever I'm not feeling you today, it's a blessing. Say Auntie B forgot a lot today. It's not his right day.
No, if you have this problem, you feel me. I agree with you, Ime, because you said it's your problem as well. That's what made me agree with me. That helps us a lot.
It's not my problem. It's not my problem. Why is it my problem that you can't get it up? I'm trying to support you to get help so that we can have it and enjoy it. And you are, because of your masculinity or whatever ego you have and pride, you are telling me that I don't need doctor. So I'm supposed to suffer because of your ego. Abi?
Maybe I'm taking care of myself in other ways. Maybe I really don't need you. Maybe it's not a problem for me.
No, you're not taking care of yourself.
Reveal that.
How do you know that?
That to yourself. Reveal
because
that.
I live in the same house with you. I'm your wife. I know everything that goes on. Women know even things you don't tell us. You have no idea. There's nothing.
This conversation is one of the major reasons why there's less marriages in a bunch of marriages. This is the reason why right here. We're seeing it play out.
So what? Okay, in your opinion, Ola, what is the wife supposed to do in a situation like this when there's ED issues?
She need to do what Ime just did. Identify that it is a problem. It is a problem. It's not a matter of it's his problem. If you're complaining, it is just as much as it's your problem. Seek help. That's the point I'm making. Seek help. Don't wait for him. Don't say go to the doctor. Don't use those kind of
What help am
languages.
I going
It
to
gets
seek?
worse.
Let's say I'm the one in this situation. What help am I? What help are you going to tell me to seek when I'm not the one with the dick that is not standing?
I would listen to a lot more about your specifics of your story. It's case by case, so we can help you get to the bottom of it. But it's
then
not as simple as just go to the doctor and shaming him to go to the doctor. It
It's
will
not a
get worse.
shame to seek. No, Ola, please don't do that.
problem,
No.
problem, Auntie. This is a problem with Nigerian men.
There is no shame in going to the doctor if you had high blood pressure. You go to the if you have
They don't.
cancer.
It doesn't have to be shame. You can shame
If you
him.
cannot get your dick up, what is the shame in it?
Giving you a suggestion to go see the doctor is not shaming.
No, there's no shame in it.
Oh.
Why do you relate it to shame when it's an illness?
Question. This
No, you don't get to determine if it's shaming or not. I determine if it's shaming. My dick that's not coming up determine if it's shaming or not.
Okay, it's an ego thing. I beg, leave the matter.
No, I didn't say it's not ego and to be, but we're trying to solve the problem, not just labeling it.
You're not solving
Right.
it. You're pushing it to the wife, and that's wrong. No.
No, I didn't push it to wife. You said fault. I didn't say fault at all.
No, you're saying
I never
that-
said it was her fault.
Maybe I'm trying to address it. Why are you trying to shame me by going to the doctor? So are you telling me that, God forbid, if you have ED, going to the doctor is a shame? Well, I remember a lot of people are going to view this video.
No,
and
answer. No, ask a question. Let me answer. Auntie B, did you ask a question?
Yes.
You said what?
I said, for instance, God forbid, if you have ED, would you consider going to the doctor as shaming?
If I have ED, I will go to the doctor. Yes.
So
Is that the
what's shaming?
question? If you tell me that when I'm trying to have sex with you, that my thing no they stand up, and you now called, you see me, you face me and say I should go to the doctor, that is shaming.
no.
If you can't get it up, you can't have sex. What are you going to do with a dead dick?
Juvenile.
You see what's happening right now? Then it's not getting up more. It's get worse.
Yeah, no. That is very juvenile thinking to think that. If
I'm not thinking. I'm telling you how it plays out.
I tell you,
I'm not thinking now. I'm just telling you how it plays out,
that is
Ime.
very, very.
Allah is playing brother today. Let's leave Allah alone. I'm going to go soon. Ben, you are here.
Maybe Uncle Brendo will help me explain it in pidgin.
You are doing brotherhood today, and it's not serving you very well, I must say.
Uncle Brendo came to save me.
No,
No, MOP. No, basically, I think this topic is usually a kind of controversial topic whenever it comes up on platform.
Anna's home agrees with me. Let me see. Some people. So continue, Uncle Brendo. Sorry.
So before Braben continues, Braben, welcome. Before you continue, Seven said that she was saying something earlier about being married and how the husband has ED and refusing to address it. Now, look at this. This is a typical situation.
Yes.
We've been trying to conceive too, and the whole family thinks on his side that is my problem.
No, it is not your problem either. I didn't say it was Auntie B's problem. I never said that.
Ola, listen, now.
Okay.
You see the problem with when you allow ego to get into these things. Now, you know, in our culture, all across Africa, because we heard from the sister from Zambia, and she told us it's the same thing like Nigeria. When there is no child, you've been married 2-3 years, it's the woman's fault. Nobody ever thinks, oh, maybe there's ED issues, maybe there's low sperm count. The man is always perfect. You are viral. You can father 1 million children in a day. However, we know that's not the reality. This is a real life situation. Seven is saying, my husband has ED. He's refusing to go to the doctor. We can't conceive. The family thinks it's my problem.
That's sad. That's sad.
Braben, what do you say? Welcome. Thank God you are in the nursing profession. Maybe you can say something.
Basically, Auntie B, you know, we have a lot of doctors here. The doctors will be laughing now because they know the solution already. But what I just want to say is to encourage my brothers who might be listening to this. Once you hit 40 plus, and you work so hard, and you get less sleep, chances are you are going to encounter ED at one point or the other.
Yeah, we appreciate that. We do.
So the other thing that I'm going to say is this: with respect to shaming or no shaming, I'm very big at preaching friendship between husband and wife. If you are so friendly with your wife and every time you guys wanted to have kerewa, you are in the mood yourself as a man, you know you are in the mood. But when it reach your turn, make Baba stand now, Baba no gree stand. If you are a nice man who used to be friend to your wife, you can easily tell your wife, babe, I think something is wrong with me. I think something is wrong. I really want to do this right now, but I don't know why this Baba no gree get up. You know, and that's where I think an understanding wife will spring into action. She will instantly know that, okay, you are opening up. All she has to do at that point is to encourage you. And there is nothing wrong. Once you discover that, just go talk to your doctor.
If you were even sensitive to your wife's need, your wife does not need to encourage you to go to doctor. You will know that this is the thing that binds your marriage and holds you together. You will find a solution wherever that solution is because you want to please your wife sexually. Then tomorrow when she files for divorce, they will say, she filed for divorce. Uncle.
So Auntie B, shout out to Uncle Ben for that point. So now, if Uncle is admitting that he has a problem, we won't have this conversation. You know that, right?
Of course.
We won't have this conversation. That's the point I'm making. The issue is that the uncle is not admitting to having a problem, and you are his wife. That becomes a problem for you. That's where I was before. Once he admits that he has a problem, we'll go and find the help.
So there's a problem. We know that there's a problem, but you know the thing that you said that triggered a lot of people. I'm not going to lie to you. You said that she should be accountable.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the problem with being accountable?
Why is she the one to be accountable? She's not the one with the problem. She's trying to help to solve the problem.
Maybe another way to say it is be intentional. If there's a problem, be intentional about how you solve it. That's being accountable. Maybe that's just another. Accountable doesn't mean it's your fault.
Uncle Beno, let's round up. I need to go.
About solving.
Yeah. all I'm gonna say is that I will just talk to brothers. I know my sister said they know better. If you experience ED, you can't get it up. It's even on 2 levels. Some people can get it up.
Come to the studio. Come and help me.
You know, some people can get it up, but they can't even last more than 3 minutes. That is another level again.
That's a different problem, Uncle Beno. Why are you talking about a different problem, Uncle Beno? I'll fight you. You're talking about a different problem.
I'm giving an example, MOP. So please, what I'm going to advise is this to men. If you can't get it up and you know that maybe you are stressed out and that's not who you have always been, you have always active, there is no shame in talking to your wife. Women understand. If you have been very active, you did scatter ground before. Matured women knows. They know that, oh, this is not my husband. Something is really wrong. And if you live in Western world in particular, chances are you even have the tendencies of getting ED.
He made it.
Yeah, I wasn't told the time. I wasn't given the time at all.
There's
There is no message there.
1 p.m. last hour.
I didn't see it.
Message for Juni.
We thank God. We thank God.
Thing is bouncing back. The sound is bouncing back.
How about now?
Hello.
How about now?
It's still bouncing back.
It's still bouncing back.
There is nothing I'm using. I already turned everything off.
To mute their mic.
Oh.
I've already turned everything off.
Okay.
There is nothing.
All right.
There is nothing but my computer.
Okay, so the computer is feeding back into the mic, sir.
So
Can we use our earphone?
My earphone is not here. My earphone is upstairs. Oh, unless you guys will give me a minute, let me go grab it.
Give me a minute. Let me go grab it. Oh dear. Okay, Uncle Beno, carry on.
Yeah, just to round up, this is what I would tell men. Once you have that issue, go to your doctor. Like here in US, if you go to your primary care physician, they will refer you to a urologist. So if you go there, the first thing they do is they will run tests. And when the result come back, they will interpret the result of that test to you. If your testosterone is low, because that's the first one I think is usually the problem. If a man works a lot and he get less sleep, so they might prescribe some medication, but however, there are some doctors on YouTube that really address this very well. There are some over-the-counter men they will recommend if you watch their video. When
Uncle Beno, we're not hearing you again.
hello, Auntie B, can you still hear me?
You just came back now.
Okay, so they will when you buy those over the counter, but what I see that works mostly is you have to go to the gym. You have to register to go to the gym. There are certain exercises you will do. Is
Bro
number
Beno.
two. So that will work somehow if your case is not really that terrible. Thank you, Auntie B and MOB.
Goni, thank you. I can see you are not home, but you still try to
Thank you,
join
Uncle
us.
Beno. He was getting a call too.
Yes. Queen, yeah, your final contribution before we go to Dr. Shola. I'm going to end up soon.
Yes. I wanted to clear up my comments earlier with you. Because the young lady was talking about that was speaking earlier was talking about the attraction between the couples, during the infancy of their relationship, and then over time, even post having children, how that can diminish. And what I was saying is that that's what I think happened with you and May. I think that because remember they got married very, very young. From what we know, young, and they had 4 children together. And to be very honest, I think that the type of guy that you Adoche appears to be is he does appear to be like a Casanova playboy type of man. To where I really don't think he has majority of his marriage. I really don't think he was even faithful to the woman. I just think that with Judy Austin, he just got caught. I think that even if you look at how him and Judy are together, they are very lustful. I do think that he has love and respect for May.
Bringing you into this conversation is it's off the track. Let me just tell you, Queen.
Of course.
But yeah, it's completely off. There's no point bringing him because what he tried to do was polygamy, and that is a no. So yeah, so bringing him in is not emotionally intelligent because this conversation is about lack of sex in marriage.
Right.
And people denying each other. And I understand what you're trying to say, that maybe the attraction wasn't there with his wife because they got married early and whatever. But there are ways around that. He's not marrying a second wife. But I get you.
I agree. But the only point I was saying was that that's what I think happened when that was
yeah.
So I just wanted to clear that up. That was
all right. Thank you so much, my darling. Thanks for coming into the studio. Dr. Shola Babani, Ekrolesa, welcome.
Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear, sir.
Oh, it's better now.
Let me excuse you now for the few minutes left now.
No, don't excuse me. I'm not talking here today.
After causing trouble here,
I have to come back and do my own show like right from the beginning. Because this thing where we start, we don't go finish out. And I'm not going to sit against men this time. I'm supporting men at this time.
Uncle Shola want to drag me, Ketodeo. Want to drag me.
I'm supporting men at this time. I'm not supporting women at this time.
We are not supporting any gender, Dr. Shola. We are talking about.
I know, but it's just that gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ yín tẹ̀ sọ mò ń gbọ́ bí mo ṣe ń lọ káàkiri mo gbọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe support obìnrin. And the issue is that let me break the comments back right here. All right, if something is wrong with you and you are not fixing it, something is wrong with you. Mm-hmm. Now, if you want to keep marriage, you have to be intentional. Now, if I'm angry, like I took a session today. This woman told me I can't allow him to touch me because he has offended me 2003.
Jesus.
So because he has offended you 2003, what are you still doing in the marriage? Why are you ruining the life of another person? If you know you are not ready to forgive, then get out of the marriage. It's so simple. If you want the marriage, you want to stay there, then fix the marriage. Call a counselor, let us look at it and say, Kilo Shelembi. And then we talk. I didn't know I'm not like that. I'm a new year don't
no.
yeah, you come up and everything will be done. Number two, if you have problem when it comes to your hormones, there are doctors there. I don't believe anybody will tell me, but I don't love sex. You are a stupid person. You're a stupid person. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me you don't like sex.
It's not that simple.
Something's wrong. No, yeah, something's wrong. It's either you have been molested when you're young, you've been raped, or something happened. If anything has happened, you go to therapists and say, I don't want to make my husband to suffer. I want to be able to have sex with my husband.
Why
at least me, so thank you, be Uncle Beno.
Then we will now know and say, there is something wrong. This lady was raped. Now, because she was raped, the husband will now join together with her to help. But when I touch you, Jenny, I touch it. I don't feel it.
You can't touch your breast.
Me, I won't touch you again next week. I will abandon you and I will cheat. And once I cheat, you don't have it. See, obodooyinbo, when they say it's not enough reason to cheat. Who told you that? A man doesn't. We don't want sex. We need it. Our brain cannot work without sex. It's like obodooyinbo. It's like a woman with breast. When you are breastfeeding, and the breast is swollen, and the baby is not sucking it. How painful is that?
It's very painful, sir. Very.
It's exactly what is happening to us. A lot of our marriages, a lot of our men, they are going upstairs to jack off.
Yep.
They go in the bathroom to jack off. Because they want.
And you said they don't like Kerewa.
Because they want to keep marriage. They don't want to go outside because outside is dangerous for them. But the wife that is inside is not helping us.
Yes.
A man needs sex 23 times in a month to be normal. 23 times in a month to be normal. Now, another thing I hate about Nigerian women, what they bury. You say, "Oko mi wa dano bo mi o, ko te wa sino bo mi le ni o, mo fe ko sino bo."
This
is job.
Any suru.
Yeah.
There are another situation too. Wow, the other side.
I'm out on debe no. I'm out on debe.
There are some women no to initiate ọkàn wọn lè ṣe o wọn dẹ̀ fẹ́ lọ sọ́dọ̀ doctor. That's what we're saying.
Hit the like button.
Now you see this stuff works both ways. It's both ways. And that is why we need counselors in our lives. You cannot just marry and be married. I said something, during my session, I always say this. Marriage is a business. Either you like it or don't like it, marriage is a business. And never you go into marriage without thinking this is a business. I'm investing 100% of my life into this. What am I going to get eventually? She's investing 100% of her life into this. Children are not the benefit of marriage. They are the blessing of marriage.
Absolutely.
All right. So don't say, "Oh, I'm blessed to have kids." You must be stupid. Well, if you say that, those kids will meet you in the marriage when they turn 18. They are actually so quick to leave you.
Benny.
So you have not gained anything. You've not gained anything. So for me, in my family, I have a file. He's here. This is Shola Lola file. This Shola Lola file is activated every year January. That is, what are you expecting from this marriage this year? So every month, we have broken it down to monthly goals. What are we supposed to achieve in January, February, March? And if we refuse to achieve it, we have to go back and check it. Why? And my wife always say, my own is all about money. I say, because I don't want to beg for bread. I want to save money in January. And she will ask me how much. I will say, at least I want to save 20,000. Then she will ask me how. I say, mi ò gbọ́dọ̀ rí kó raṣọ ẹbí inú ilé tó bá raṣọ ẹbí wàhálà ṣẹlẹ̀. O lè ra bàtà méjì láàrin oṣù kan, ẹjọ́ mà, ibo lẹ́ ń lọ. Understand? And that's it. So we'll be able to save it because I'm intentional. I always tell my wife, "Hello, madam. Èmi like ìṣúná bolẹ̀ o. Tí n bá fọ ọkọ ẹ̀ tó bá ṣe yán, màá fún ẹ ní second chance."
Abẹ́kẹta.
Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹta mi ò ní fọ ọkọ ẹ̀ mọ́ o.
That's it.
tí n bá fẹ́ fọ́ tó bá gbọ́ pé Pastor Ṣọlá lọ ní olórí lùlù lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ògiri má jẹ́ tún ẹ jẹ màá defend ara mi lórí social media.
À ń ṣe erépa ni erépa là ń ṣe.
ẹ lè ṣe o ẹ lè ṣe o.
No, I will come on social media. So that's why my wife now decided to go and see a gynecologist to make sure pé ilé iṣẹ́ ń ṣiṣẹ́ ó ṣiṣẹ́
Seek help.
ọlá àjàsà tó ń ṣe yẹn.
Number two, make sure let me tell you, she don't enter menopause now. And I do understand that level.
Of course.
That it's not every time you feel like having sex. All right, that kind of stuff. Now she decided to what?
Dr. Shola, some menopause and thing by your girl,
I understand. But on her own level, she gets tired sometimes. She doesn't want to do it. So she had to take some vitamins.
Yes.
She took vitamins and supplements from the doctor that she's using right now. My wife used to be that woman that will never ask for sex. 20 years in this house, if I'm going and coming, she'll just be looking at me.
Pastor Shola, can I say something about that? Because I know you always bring it up on your show. Nigerian women, Yoruba women, you never initiate. There's a reason, no?
Tell me the reason.
There's a reason.
Tell me.
Let me explain.
Explain.
We grew up in Nigeria, where the girl child, our parents suppressed our sexual urge. They taught us to hate sex. You only give it to your husband, and especially if you grew up in the church, they made you as a woman feel like sex.
They taught you guys in Nigeria not to talk to men. Why are you guys talking to men now? You see, we don't know. We are no longer living in Africa.
I'm telling you the truth.
I'm telling you the truth too. You know what I did to my wife? I told my wife, I said, Madam, I don't feel special. I don't feel wanted. I cannot be initiating sex all the time. If I do
is it Pastor Shola's internet or is my own?
What happened? I can hear him clearly.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir.
Yeah,
I can hear you, sir.
I said to her, I said, listen, if you don't ask for sex, I don't feel wanted. I feel useless in this house. Like you to say, I'm the only one that wants you. It's one-sided love. I can't cope. I want to go to somewhere that the lady will say, Pastor Shola, I love you. Pastor, this. At the end of the day, my wife decided to change herself around. You see what I'm saying? You have to be intentional. Now, my wife will come with a bumper-to-bumper shot and walk in front of me. I understand the game. I was like, this woman may not be vocal, but now she's showing me sign that this is what I want. And gradually she started becoming vocal. It means this person wants to keep her marriage. Anybody that is still giving an excuse of our parents taught us not to ask for sex is not ready.
Yes. Yes.
Now, my wife is not the kind of person that loves, oh yeah, you be bumbo, oh yeah, she doggy, oh yeah, better what, oh yeah, better okay. She will say, so family. But at the end of the day, when I told her, I said, you see, I'm a nasty person. I think about sex in my brain. Every man like me, they think the same. Becky Loma, she no bole for more church. Don't you see me every Sunday? Our church member, I mean,
by mistake, sir. By mistake, sir.
You know, by mistake.
No.
Intentional, you might say, oh, no, you say by mistake, or you say by mistake. So the issue was like, now she started changing and tried changing. It took me some time to communicate to my wife how good oral sex is. It took me some time for her to admit and accept it. She did. And now when I enter into it and I want to do it, and I say, oh, and I say, and at the end of the day, she's enjoying it. And now I don't only like to beja losita.
I get you, but let me ask you a question because on your page, you read. I know you read all of them. Ọkùnrin sọ pé àwọn ní problem, like men complain about not, their women giving excuses, not giving them the cookies. Àwọn obìnrin náà tún complain. Women too are complaining pé ọkùnrin ní erectile dysfunction and they don't want to get help. Especially àwọn tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ bíbá. Somebody on this live stream has said that she's in that problem now. As a matter of fact, the in-laws are blaming her pé òun ò lóyún. She's not having a baby. Meanwhile, the husband cannot conditional bole. What's the solution? What are you going to tell them?
No. Number one is, you've heard me say this all the time. we have leaders who doesn't understand leadership. You see, because a man is created a man doesn't mean he's automatically a leader. He needs to learn the act of leadership. Now, part of leadership is you providing for your family. Now, you have to provide financially. You have to provide spiritually. You know why a lot of women, they follow pastors? It is because their husbands are not spiritually leading.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The person that is praying for them is who they follow.
Facts.
That's the person they're going to buy suit for. They buy suit for him and all kinds of. They respect him. Pastor 23 years old. 45.
Facts.
Number 3, they have to provide. Yes, ma'am. Number 3, they have to provide security. You're supposed to be the fence around your family. Get home first. Know that your children are well taken care of. Your wife is good. They have eaten. You too, eat in the house. And then you can carry your car key after washing the dishes and cleaning. And I say, I want to go and hang out with function. Your wife will not blink. She won't say nothing. So you go. You've done that. Number 3 is that you have to provide sexually. It's an intentional thing. So many times I touch my own penis myself. I want to make sure there is no lumps there. I want to make sure that it's still doing well. Why? Because I want to be able to satisfy my wife. I don't want my wife to be telling me it's not good or I'm not satisfied and all this. I have decided to go and be working every morning by 7. Do you think I'm working for myself? No. I'm working to keep myself in shape so I could do the job that God has placed in my house. Bible says whatever your hand finds to do, he said do it well. So it's part of what you do. So a lot of our young men today, they drink agbo like they're drinking
Opayin, sir.
So once you are drinking agbo, it's like you now drinking chloroquine every day. Chloroquine 3 times in a day without malaria catching you. It will affect you. Then you start having erectile dysfunction. Then you don't have energy. Then your belly will start getting bigger. The bigger your belly, the more you are losing stamina. And the smaller your penis is, the more you are not going to be. You see, when a woman with big belly and a man with big belly, when they want to have sex, they sleep on top of each other. The Mr. T will be dangling like this. Then the wife will say, Shoti wale ni, Shoti wale ni. Let's be mutai no kuti wale. I take confessing me. Mi o mo koto shele. Oya je wale. And all that stuff. You will see that you are killing yourself. And that's why. And your wife, if your wife should go and jam a black American man to understand doggy, to understand the touch your toe, you will be shocked that your wife is
Wala.
You see, so the issue here is that we as men, we need to be intentional about our lives. You are not living your life by yourself alone. Now you have a partner. And that partner must be satisfied, and you must be satisfied also. Not just only financially, not just only spiritually, not just only materially, it's going to be sexually too. Obodooyinboconnect, do you know that majority of the marriages that are crash landing today is because of sex?
Benny.
Majority. It's either the man is a 2 seconds noodle, or maybe the woman's libido is all the way to the floor. And now none of them is able to work on it. And that's where the problem is. So we as Christians, we have been afraid to talk about sex all these years.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't want to talk about it. You see, people do call me demons. When they see me, they say, oh, that demon is here. That demon is here. You know, and it's because of this hypocrisy in church. I went to one redeemed church one time to go and preach. And I got there. And when I started talking about oral sex, the pastor came and collected the microphone from me. The whole church went crazy. And they asked the pastor to return the microphone and apologize.
They're enjoying it.
No, you know what I did? I messed the pastor up. I intentionally want to mess the pastor up. And I carried the microphone and I said, ladies and gentlemen, how many of you men here like to be given blowjob? All the men just said, who.
Of course.
The pastor looked back and said, Egbami. And I said, women, how many of you, you women, how many of you want your plate to be licked? All the women say, including the pastor's wife.
Jesus.
So when we now got done in the Redeemed Christian Church, they will take you to the office. The man now apologized to me. I said, Pastor, you don't know your church member like I do. I know them very well. You see, you are actually creating hypocrisy.
That's
I
what
said,
it
but
is.
when they get home, they are regular people, real people.
Normal.
If you want a congregation of real people, let me tell you something. You have to let them give unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and unto God what belongs to God.
Yeah.
Thank you,
That's
Dr.
it.
Shola. What I'm hearing from what you are saying is that irrespective of whatever excuse standing, whether we're told by our parents sex is not good as women, or we're told it's a sin and we're repressed, we're adults now. Once you are in that marriage, you need to work on yourself to make sure you are bringing it 100% for your spouse, whether you are a man or a woman. That's what I'm hearing you say. You cannot be giving excuses. It's because I'm a Nigerian woman. They told me women are not supposed to initiate. Or if you're a man, you have problem. You don't need to wait for your wife to tell you to go and
Auntie B, you know, I get a lot of women that toast me. I'm always very happy when they toast me. Oh no, Nigerian women, you know, from like 25 all the way up to like 60.
They're toasting you.
Yeah, they'll just come and say, Dr. Shola, I just love the way you talk. I say, oh, thank you, ma. And say, I wish I could take you out for dinner. I say, me too, I want to go to dinner. You know, so where do we meet? And stuff like that. And you see, so it's gladdening my heart that women are becoming bolder. They're becoming bolder. And they're demanding for things they should demand for. All right? And this is what we call feminism, which is not. It's just that women are taking over their position as human beings. See, at the B, we all went to the same primary school. We took the same entrance exam to go to secondary. They didn't say female this one, male this one. It was the same cutoff mark for us to go to university. We got to university, we sat in the same class where we actually attended the same class, the same professor. We took the same almighty exam. And when we went to job, we took the same interviews. Why is it that we're now thinking women are less or lesser than a man? No, they're not. They are the same.
Dr. Shola, some women are complaining, because I can speak for my ladies and my sisters today.
Yes.
They are complaining, if they are too expressive, the man will, especially all those religious men, will say,
I want sissy men, yeah, ma marry sissy man. Once you know a sissy man, don't marry him. A sissy man will be jealous.
They will say, where did you learn that from?
Tíyàwó mi bá tì mí lu bẹ́ẹ̀ tó bọ́ sókò tó ń di mi màá ní Jésù ṣe glory to God, hallelujah, I been praying all this while for this. You see, once your wife, that's what I'm saying. Don't marry a sissy man. Once you marry a sissy man, you're done. You're done.
One chance, Nia.
It's a red flag. When you are dating a person and that person is always about Jesus, that's a red flag. I said it to some people one time. If I take a woman out and when we go to eat, and then the next thing you're saying is, do you know Genesis is related to Revelation or no? I will go to the bathroom and never come back.
Let's pray.
I will go to the bathroom and never come back. I am looking for a girl that could challenge me, a balanced lady that could challenge me, that could actually talk politics, talk about sex openly, talk about football, talk about God, and talk about sex. If you can't do it, you are not my candidate. All right? So, and I will never date a woman that is always wearing beret.
You talked about the Ankara. I want to wear Ankara.
There is one born again shoe, that be Keno. There are those ones that wear those Keno shoes. I will never toast you. Never. If I see you around my house, my ear bothering. So those ones, they will destroy you. So once you go into dating, make sure you look at the guy. Don't marry a sissy. Because once you marry a sissy, that's what it's going to do to you. We'll be like, people don't so things don't turn. So that's why a lot of women are holding.
Or when you say, let's change the style. It's not only missionary. If a woman, your wife complains, okay, it's not only missionary. Let's try another style. Say, other boyfriend.
Missionary ni one. Are you a missionary? Missionary every day. Are you a missionary? So missionary saying you look white. You know what I'm saying? So that's the stuff. Those kind of people will ruin your life. Now, at B. ayé kan péré ló wà, only one life.
Ben, sir.
God has given you just one chance.
Ben.
It's possible for it to be between 0 and 50, or between 0 and 70, or between 0 and 100. We don't know how far we're going to go.
Yeah.
So you need to live your life day by day, like it's going to end tomorrow.
Like it's your best life. Yep.
Yes, sir. So you enjoy the life that God has given to you to the fullest of it. So if you find a woman that is always angry, every time angry, that woman is not going towards the direction.
Okay. So we're having some questions now, Dr. Shola. Thank you so much. I share going sir. We appreciate you. You know we honor you so much on this platform. I want your questions. So I'm asking them to send questions, especially women that are going through things. Me, I have a personal question I want to ask you. But Cherish Oliver is saying, what do you do, Dr. Shola, if your husband refuses to lick plates? What do you do?
Fantastic.
It's supposed to be. You see, life when it comes to marriage is based on agreement. And that agreement is supposed to start from the time of friendship. Okay? During the time of friendship, you just don't go to the street and be eating suya all around. You see, friendship time is getting to know the person. Friendship time is you're pushing yourself to that person. I always tell my clients, before you marry somebody, make sure you write a story about your life and give it to that person to read. Let that person see their own position inside of your story. Now, your sexuality is supposed to be communicated from the day one. You don't want to waste your time. You want to actually ask that person, how do you want sex?
So you should discuss it.
Yes, and then, you see, don't allow him to love you the way he wants to love you. Tell him how you want to be loved.
How you want to be loved.
Please don't love me the way you want to love me. This is how I want to be loved.
Yeah.
So let that person know this is what I like about sex. This is what I do not like. When it comes to oral sex, that's the major thing for me. Because 85% of women don't come by penetration. They come by oral sex. 85%. Okay? So if you understand that part of yourself, you have to teach it to the partner you're about to get married to. That person must know the anatomy of your own body to be able to know what he needs to do to get you there. So you have to. Even though the Bible says oral sex is, premarital sex is wrong. For me, I wasn't born again when I found my wife, so yeah. So I understand my wife very well, and ever since then I've been training my wife to actually be what I want. And she's training me to be what she wants. All right? So that's how we're doing it. So for that question to be really answered, they need to communicate before marriage to get to that point. So if
now that they're in marriage, they didn't communicate, they are married now.
Yeah. If they have mistakenly got married and now they are married, there is still opportunity of going back to the foundation. Now, it is not you that will do so. It is now a counselor, and it's not your third pastor, please. Because the third pastor will be quoting Revelation, Genesis, and all kinds of stuff. Now, you need to go and look for a professional counselor that will put it to your husband. Do you think your wife is sexually satisfied? So the man will say, oh, of course, yes. And then you look at madam will now say, no, I'm not. What are the things that are supposed to be done? And then we do it. I took a counseling session some few years ago. And the woman actually said, oh, Dr. Shola, my husband can never lick my plate. And the husband now came after, because I always take different sessions, separate ones. And the husband said, Pastor Shola, you cannot lick my wife's plate. I said, why do you want me to lick it? He said, the kind of smell that comes out of it. Oh, no. Oh, no, Pastor Shola, you cannot. So I told the woman, I said, madam, can you put your finger in your own vagina and smell it? You see, at B, that's why they hate me. They hate me because I tell the truth all the time. If it's another person,
Dr. Shola, that's why they hate you. You are too wrong.
If it's another person, we just say glory to God, hallelujah. Let us pray. Father, in the Lord Jesus, let everything be normal.
Everything be normal. Yeah.
Everything cannot be normal. I said, madam, can you put your own finger in your own vagina and smell it and see? Can you put your own mouth? And that was wow.
Yes, sir. They will come back and then they will come and tell us that it's the man that has ED. That's what they've been doing to me before you came in today.
That was how we settled that quarrel, madam. That was how we settled the quarrel, and that was how I actually linked that lady up with a gynecologist, and she went there and they gave her treatment for yeast infection.
Yeast, yeah.
Yeah, for yeast infection. that sometimes women will have STD, but they will not know.
I like what you said. In one of your shows I was listening to, Dr. Shola, you said that we women should put our hand there and put it in our nose and smell it.
Yeah.
It's good for us to even know. Or you can test it so that you know, because somebody's going to put their mouth there and they need to know what they're eating.
Auntie B, I was very young. I was a polytechnic Ibadan. After ti gbé mi mo kàn gbé sisi kan wọ yàrá ni. Tó bọ́ pátá lẹ̀ báyìí, gbogbo àwọn tó wà ní dormitory ní sàlẹ̀sàlẹ̀ wọ́n gbọ́ òórùn yẹn.
Wàhálà.
Bọ́ èmi fúnra mi tágùrò ti gbé mi ò gbọ́ òórùn rárá mo síná bọ́lẹ̀ dànù. So at the end of the day, I now escorted the girl and I was coming back. I found out that my hands are smelling one kind of and stuff like that. I'm telling you, Timmy can be that only a lot of women, a lot of their armpit is smelling.
Mm-hmm. So underneath is talking about personal hygiene. Ladies.
Underneath, sister, Auntie B, underneath the breast, people that are endowed, when they wash themselves, they refuse to clean underneath the breast. It will smell. At the back of the hair, over here, it will smell. The wig that they refuse to wash, it will smell.
The wig, facts.
So all these things are actually major turn off for men. Yeah. We say your husband is having erectile dysfunction. No. Go and bring another clean girl to your husband. Oh my shinobole jaku.
No, there are some men that are having erectile dysfunction.
Of course, I'm not.
We know.
Of course, we know. I understand that. But it's not every man. We cannot just generalize and say every man.
We have another question. No, not every man. Yeah, but there are some that genuinely having erectile dysfunction. Black Tutus is asking, our needs and wants changes as we grow old.
Yeah.
How do we communicate the changes to our partner if we are stuck? How do we tell them,
why is the person your best friend? Why is the person your best friend? I always say this to people. If you cannot talk to a man and the man is a bully, that man is not your husband, that man is a slave master.
Facts. Yes.
If you have to walk on eggshells in your own home, it means you are not with your husband, you are not with your best friend, you are not with a partner, you are actually with a slave master. So your relationship is supposed to be created and built on a solid ground. And number one, that's why you don't call your husband daddy.
Daddy, why?
Dr. Shola, you might call me daddy during the dues though.
Sorry, daddy yato. Nasty daddy here. Daddy. Daddy to Kubo. Daddy to is different. All right. So once you call your husband daddy, you are placing that man above you. And when you want to communicate with him as a man under a man that you're under his authority. So you will reference him like your own father. But when you call your husband sweetheart, Ogidiga, Stobonton, you are actually putting him on a level whereby he will call you the same thing. You guys have pet names for each other, or you decide to call you guys or each other by your first names. Shola, Lola. You know what I'm saying? So once you build your relationship, you should be able to be vulnerable around your husband. You should be able to talk nonsense in front of your husband, and he's not supposed to get angry. His job is to listen to your nonsense and interpret it the right way.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Esther, that's some of the issues. People get too serious with this conversation. They don't know how to lighten up and have the conversation in a way that somebody can feel safe. That's one of the issues, sir.
Yeah, so we have to be friends. Build your friendship from the start. You will be able to ask questions. And once you're stuck, you'll be able to say, husband, I don't think I'm feeling this anymore. And let me give you an example. When we moved into a brand new house, I was so excited and business started flowing and I get busy from morning like 8 o'clock until 11 at night. And I was making the money, $600. It was kind of like really sweet. The money was coming. So I totally forgot about communicating with madam in the living room. Once I come into my office, I stay here until 11 at night. So one day, because we normally hold scrum meetings every morning. Every morning, your marriage needs a scrum meeting every morning. And we need a board meeting once in a month. So during the scrum meeting, I asked my wife, what are the things that I'm missing? And she said, we don't talk anymore. And I was like, what do you mean we don't talk anymore? Are we not talking right now? He said, no. He said, formally, you will work until 6 o'clock. At 6 o'clock, you come and sit down in the living room. We watch movie together. We crack jokes together. We hold each other's legs, and then we'll be there laughing. He said, we don't do that anymore. You close at the office by 11 at night when I'm ready to sleep. That was a kind of a blow, a punch
a wake-up call for you.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of communication.
Yes. So the next thing I did, I had to rearrange myself. So my office phone, if you go and check it, I put it on, I'm not available. Anything after 6 o'clock, I'm unavailable. They know they see me. Because at that time, I have a different heart. I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm myself, and then I'm a businessman. I need to make sure that I balance up the whole four and nothing is lacking at that point in time. So that's exactly what we do. Communication is key.
Esa, if you don't mind that I highlight something that you just demonstrated with what you just described.
Yeah.
You said there was a scrum meeting. That means you were listening.
Yeah,
she felt safe enough to communicate.
Yes.
And that's a big piece of that puzzle.
Yeah.
Thank you,
yeah.
sir.
Men don't like to be accused. We don't like to be challenged. All right. So once your wife say, Daddy Funke, we got to talk. Then you start thinking in your head, now you will not be saying if your plate is clean.
Yeah.
It is because the cupboard is not nice. Yeah. That's why you start thinking in your head.
Actually, Dr. Shola, EJ is saying that I don't like it. My husband will want to lick it, but I don't like it at all.
Is it your mouth that is using to lick it?
Until you try it, you don't know whether you like it or not. Why you
don't know? Maybe unless your husband is biting it. When your husband is biting it, now once you are doing it, your husband is supposed to target the clitoris. There is something called the clitoris that your husband is supposed to target. Now, if your husband is not so good at doing it, let him just buy ice cream, vanilla ice cream, on Friday afternoon before they close in Walmart. All right? Once at night, the two of you drink a little wine. Get a glass of wine, shack it in. It will take you guys to a different level. Now jump in the bathroom and wash every part of your body that your mouth is going to go to. There must be no odor coming out from anywhere. So once that is done, carry the ice cream and put it around the female reproductive organ. Now, the female reproductive organ is not the vagina. The vagina is only a part of female reproductive organ. Now, there is the G-spot, there is the clitoris, there is the vulva, and then, so you put it all around it, and then you start licking the ice cream a little bit on the side until you get to the clitoris, and then once you get there and your tongue is touching it, it will become hard. Once it becomes hard, you can put your finger into it and use your finger to start massaging those two ball-like structures inside. All right? So
EJ, why are you running?
Once they're doing that, your wife will start giving a kind of a ringtone that is out of this world. Your wife will come back and tell you, sorry, sir, I don't want sex anymore. Oral sex is enough for my life and nothing more. If you want to learn more about that stuff, reach out to me, I'll teach you.
Hey! Pastor Shola to the world. This is why we love you. You bring it 100% all the time. No filter. You just tell it the way it is. Imagine, Pastor talk encouraging us to do licking plates. We should be eating plate and putting ice cream.
It's your husband. It's your wife, legal husband. What you do in your bedroom doesn't concern Angel.
Nope.
Angel are not carrying camera and say, Baba God, what's in leaky plate? They don't get time for that one.
Okay, so finally, Dr. Shola, thank you so much for joining. I know you are a very busy man with all your sessions. In fact, I don't know how you do it. No wonder Stalola was complaining because from your counseling to all your shows to all your engagement to activity in I don't know how you do it. The Lord is your strength. I want to come back to the issue of EG, Sir Emma Binu, because this is something that a lot of us know that is happening. Ọkùnrin ní ìdí, bàbá ní ìdí because of medical issues, maybe because of high blood pressure or age or something. Wọn ò lè ṣe mọ́, and he doesn't want to address it, and he wants you to just remain. Why do you need to talk about it? Why do I need to go to the doctor? Why do you need sex? But you want it because you are still in your prime as a woman. Kinikashe, what should he do?
I just got back from the pharmacy to collect my blood pressure medication. That is not going to stop you from having an erection. No, your lifestyle is very important. What you eat, what you drink, the way you live your life is very important. And you have to be very intentional about it also. Now, African men don't like to see doctors, and I don't know why. They don't like counselor, they don't like therapists, they don't like doctors. And you don't know you are killing yourself if you don't. Okay? So once you actually notice that there is a little bit of ED going on, now once you're having partial erection, you know when you have partial erection, it means that the penis cannot go in by itself. Anytime you notice that the penis, isn't your penis supposed to be hard? In some cases, some men, they need a boost. And the boost will come from oral sex. Okay? When a woman just grab the microphone and do microphone check, it allows the blood to flow into it. He allows the blood to flow into it, and then you will get a hard rock erection. All right? But if at the end of the day, the blood is not flowing towards that direction, it's possible for you to have partial erection. That means it's a little hard, but it cannot penetrate by itself. You have to help it by using your finger to put it in. That's when you know that something is wrong. Okay? At that point in time, you need to see your doctor. They are going to let you know what to do. You have to change some stuff around. You have to exercise. You have to limit your sugar intake. You have to limit a lot of different stuff. And even your high blood pressure medicine, you have to know when to take it and when not to take it. All right? So, and then another thing is that this is going to help your life. I don't want to show you very well.
And if the uncle doesn't want to address it, Uncle Kinikashe, what
Yes,
should
Dr.
he do,
Shola, that part. He doesn't want to address it. It's not
when
admitting it.
When you now tell a man and say, Ogbeni, I'm not satisfied, and it seems like this your ED is killing me, and marriage can only run when sex is actually on point,
when the guy is shaking,
that's when marriage runs. And he's saying to you, I don't care. Okay? That's all I can give. If you're not ready to do it, you are not ready to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, nobody is tying you down in that marriage. Nobody is. You can't pray about that penis. It's not going to wake up. The man is not willing to do nothing. You are still 35. You are still 38, 40. Like I said before, it's only one life. Only one life you are living. It's not two. You are not coming back. So you want to make sure you do the thing right. And how do you do it right? Is by you fulfilling righteousness. Call a family meeting first. Let them know I am suffering. Ojo Timima, Ojo Titimi 5 years ago. It has been 5 years since the last time I had good sex in this house. All right? And that's why I'm calling you guys right now. You can't shock on me, and stop. And then we can all look at it as a family and say, okay, let us recommend this or this. And if the guy is not doing it, you have already fulfilled righteousness. If you file divorce at that time, you are justified. Now, something happened in New York City. A lady reached out to me, 7 years no sex because of ED. So I said, okay, do you want me to come? They say, yes. I'm sorry, I'm still using Redeem now. Because Redeem is actually the major church that we have, and they always have one problem or the other. All right? So, and they attend Redeem Christian Church. So I took my laptop, I went to the place. They paid me my $500. So I took my laptop, I went to the place. And I asked the man, I said, sir, your wife says you want to file for divorce. It's been 7 years, no sex. And the man said, that's okay. That if she's ready to leave, I'm not going to hold her because she tried already. And I said, sir, but do you love your wife? He said, yes, I do. I said, are you ready to do what I'm going to teach you? He said, yes, I'm ready to do it. I said, do you know about oral sex? He said, it's a sin, sir. I said, is it good for you to commit a sin and hold your marriage or not commit sin and lose your marriage? The guy looked at me.
Well, who told them it's a sin, Dr. Shola? Where is it written?
I was about to say.
I said,
who told all this pastor?
I said, sir, it's not a sin, sir. I said, I'm going to teach you how to do it, and you do it, and you come back and tell me. So I actually brought out my little rabbit. I gave them the rabbit. The rabbit is a vibrator. It's tiny. And once I give them a vibrator with the battery inside of it. I said, sir, you're going to put that rabbit on the clitoris. as you use your finger inside of it. I taught them how to do it. And then you use your tongue at the time. I said, then come back tomorrow and tell me what happened. The woman called me first in the morning and said, Dr. Shola, even though it's not good yet, but I was able to feel good. I came 3 times. And even in, there was a signal going into his penis. At that time, he was seeing the wife responding. And that was 12 years ago, man. They are still married today. The woman is enjoying her life right now without a dildo. Just a tiny rabbit they use on the clitoris and the mouth and the finger. At the end of the whole stuff, they are able to keep their homes together. Now, as a man, I know we run by ego. The ego of a man will make you to feel like you want to hide it. I don't want to tell people. I don't want people to know. You are killing yourself the more. Once you are going through erectile dysfunction, the best thing for you to do is to shout. There is a doctor who happens to be a friend of mine in Dallas. She has the machine that she used in actually helping people to do this. Yeah. So once you reach out to her, she will take care of you. I have another guy who's here in Houston too, and who is actually using a machine to help people to gain their erection back at the same time. Then I have another supplement. I have another supplement here that people use for erectile dysfunction also. So I have loads and lots of things that they could do. All they need to do, yes, ma'am. All they need to do, in as much that the penis is not totally dead. Okay, there's a solution to it. Even if it's totally dead, there's a surgery that they do right now. They insert a pump inside of the penis. It's like a rod. They put it inside, and the button will be underneath the scrotum sac. So once you want to make love, you turn that machine, and the machine will give that erection. You finish doing what you're doing, and then you turn it back down again. It's going to relax, but there will be no ejaculation. The penis will only act like a dildo. But at the same time, your wife will be good. There'll be kissing, there'll be holding, and all of that stuff. Compared to dildo, there's no kissing, no nothing. But with your own, there's going to be that. And the surgery is so simple. It's not something that will take a long time. But the other part of it is that it's painful. All right, but you're going to be able to satisfy your your wife at every time. So if you are actually experiencing ED, please don't keep your mouth shut. If you can't call a woman, call a man like me. We will help you out and we direct you to the right person that will help you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shola. I would really appreciate that because that's a very massive issue in our community and you've just addressed it. Ola, do you have something to say to Dr. Shola before we round up because we need to allow Dr. Shola to go and rest?
Yeah, no, we talk behind the scenes. Shout out to you, sir. Thank you so much for the work you're doing. Well done.
Thank you, Baba.
Yes, sir.
Now, I've been able to bail you out now. 2 men against 1 woman. We go finish up.
Sir. One long you love bad there, but I try. The topic ni pé kan sọjí wọ́n fẹ́ máa sọ̀rọ̀ ìdí ọ̀tọ̀ ni kan tó fẹ́ máa sọ ọ̀tọ̀ ni kan tá à ń sọ ọ̀tọ̀ ni kan tẹ́ ń sọ.
òun ṣe brotherhood lálẹ́ yìí o tiẹ̀ lẹ́nu ọ̀rọ̀ má sọ̀rọ̀ o because you fall our hand tonight so má tiẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ òun ṣe brotherhood.
No kò jọ sùúrù la máa ní we won't pack it layer by layer. It's okay. It's all right.
Our uncles, you hearing what Dr. Shola is saying? Contact him. Dr. Shola is on all social media. There is solution. Don't keep quiet and expect your wife.
Wọ́n ní kẹ́ gbá kíní ẹ̀ mú kẹ́ gbá mú ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ ìdí ẹ̀ gbá mú kẹ́tẹ́ ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ ìdí ẹ̀ kàn wá zoom pé ìdí wọ́n ní kẹ́ gbá nǹkan mú ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ ìdí ṣé ìdí náà sọ ni.
Tọ́jọ́ ti kú. Can anything come out from something that...
Báwo lẹ ṣe mọ̀ pé ó kú tẹ̀ bá gbá mú?
Ó ti kú.
Thank you so much, sir. Well done, sir.
No problem.
Dr. Shola has given us helpful
We have the solution. Atọkùnrin àtobìnrin la ní tiwa lára. And as married people, we're supposed to help each other to stand and to grow. And ká má ní olórí kunkun ọkùnrin àti olórí kunkun obìnrin. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fara burúkú balẹ̀ ká gbéjà lẹ̀. Let's be humble and listen to one another, and we'll be able to help each other, be able to grow. There's nothing out there right now. If you are married, just stay with your wife, stay with your husband, improve on your marriage, and then you pray alongside. Trust God, and God will see you through. But the principle that that is associated with happy marriage, you have to go and look for them, implement them in your marriage. And sex is number one principle. Sex, very good sex. You will capture the mind of a man. 23 times in a month. Ọ̀rẹ́, machine boko ẹjọ́, mo bẹ́ẹ̀ tó bá wà living room, finá sí lórí. Ó wà ní inú garage dáná bolẹ̀ fún. Inú mọ́tò gbé kíní ẹ̀sẹ̀ nu. Lọ drive lọ sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ seaside. Ó yẹ kó kì mọ́lẹ̀ síbẹ̀. Tó bá ti kì mọ́lẹ̀ 24/7, orí àpé. Ó máa tẹ reset button inú agbárí ẹ̀. You understand? So that's the way it is.
So, for people that have just joined it, there's somebody here, Towa, in the comment section, and she's been saying 7 years. She's been married 7 years. Ola, this is a practical example to know that we're not making this in top. For 7 years, he's not been active, refusing to get help, because he cannot get it up, and he's refusing to find solutions. So, finally, what I can say to you, 7, please, reach out to Dr. Shola and see if your husband can speak to him man to man. It's easier for men to talk to fellow men. Maybe he's embarrassed by it.
Right.
And if that doesn't work, you know that you've tried everything. Because now she's considering divorce.
7 years is too long. You have to get divorced. But talk to me first. Let me reach out to the man. Now, another strategy is this. I understand men don't like to talk to counselors. Once I take the women first, I'll collect the phone number. I'll call the husband myself. But don't tell him you are actually taking counseling. So I call the man myself, and there's a strategy that we use to actually reach out to them. And me, I'm so free that they tell me everything. They go tell me everything. All right? So I tell them about my own erectile dysfunction experience that I've had. I'm going to tell them about my own depression experience that I've had. I've had all manners of things before I become this guy. So everybody's going through so much. So I can actually... I can tell you what I've been through and how I'm able to come out of those things. And at the end of the day, everything will be right. Actually, mo gbà kíní mi mo bá mo sọ pé ìyá kíní yóò máa ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́ mo máa dáràn kò máa ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́ ẹgbàá mi mo máa dáràn because if tí kíní yóò bá ṣiṣẹ́ kò sí sọlá mọ́ nìyẹn o mo kú o Jésù wọ́n máa san validate ìyàwó mi mo dáràn wọ́n san validate ìyàwó mi o mo gbẹ́nu. So I have to go and see my doctor in New York City, and the doctor said, it's very simple. So he gave me medication, told me what to do, and before I got to know it, I was just walking on the street one day. I just found out the thing just came out. I was like, yeah! I ran all the way to the house to go and test it.
Yes, so.
Dr. Shola and Ikpayo. You wanted to try to see that K is working. He's back for real. We appreciate it.
Well.
Thank you so much.
Well done, sir. I've posted this YouTube link. He's everywhere on Instagram. You can find him easily.
Go to Instagram and contact Dr. Shola. 7, reach out to Dr. Shola and then see if it doesn't still work with Dr. Shola. You will know that you've exhausted all options. So you tried, but it is well with you.
All right,
take care, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Wow. Dr. Shola came last minute when we thought that he was not going to make it, and he's just turned it around, but we thank God. But you see what he said? If you have ED, seek solution. Simple. How simple was that? Seek solution. If you have any problem, you
that works. Use
like
it.
the sister that said that I don't like kini, I don't like licking my husband licking my plate. So look, I love Dr. Shola because it's very straightforward, it's very raw, and he will tell you how it doesn't go around in circles. So yeah, we are good.
If you like it works for me.
We're happy. Ola. Ola.
Muambi.
Don't go around in circles.
If you think solving the ED solution works for you, solve it. Very simple.
How does it not work?
Problem
what is
solved.
Marriage without sex? What is marriage? What
in circles, so I agree with solution and work.
No.
If your brother is ED,
it would have been easy
solve
for you
it.
to tell your brother to go and get a solution, like Dr. Shola said, but you were busy going around in circles.
No.
It's okay.
Anyway, I will find out. I'm doing a live session in about 30 minutes. It's titled Sex Starved. Let's talk. So I want to hear everybody's stand on this. Daniel. Marriott knows where to find me. Marriott is Prestige Fam. She will find me.
Leave us.
Come and find me. Let's talk about it. But I agree 100% with Dr. Shola, by the way. I agree with him 100%. Yeah.
I mean, That's why I like human stories, because people can
Mm-hmm.
relate to it. And the reason why a lot of us love Dr. Shola is that he's very raw.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's a bit too much, but we appreciate it because he will talk about his own experience without hiding. I had the problem. Oh, this is how I solved it. Do you want solutions? This is what you do. He never goes around and around in circles, and I mean he's very relatable. You can relate to him. I know a lot of men accuse him of being, siding women, but on this matter, I know the way he felt, because
Mm-hmm.
even the show he did, he was like, "No, I will cheat. I will cheat." I'm like, Dr. Shola, Pastor Niyo, you cannot cheat. It's like, I will cheat. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say this one last thing, right? If the solution to these issues are as simple as give you the answer that you like, everybody will be solving these problems. This is a very complicated issue. Like I said, up to 25%
Ola,
of
everything doesn't need to be complicated.
no,
Sometimes
no, no,
solutions.
no. Let me. I'm just giving my last word. Right? If these issues are everywhere because they are complex, the answer you want is very simple. If it worked, everybody will be solving it. So, and if it's working, I'm happy it's working. I'm always happy it's working. But if you notice that there are questions, like shout out to Seven for being vulnerable enough. If you notice that there are more and more questions after you've created a solution in your head that didn't work, seek help is all the point I made. Don't wait for the other person to seek help. Seek help so that you can get the help to help you get the person to do what you want them to do. That's all I was saying. As opposed to saying that's his problem, that he needs to solve it. That may just get you stuck in a limbo. That's the point I was making. And I hope that was clear for a few people.
All right. Thank you so much, Ola. I
All right,
appreciate
Auntie
it.
B.
Ola say he has a show, so yeah.
I do. It's called Sex Starved. Let's talk. So let's
Yes.
this conversation continues.
All right.
Thank you, Auntie
Thank you
B.
so much.
All right.
Thank you.
All
I
right.
appreciate you, Ola.
Later.
I always appreciate you. We might agree to disagree, but still, you're
We're
my brother.
on the same page. On the same
Oh,
page.
yeah. Oh,
All
yeah.
right.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye. Yeah.
All right, bye. So, guys, we come to the end of the show today. Give us a thumbs up. Did you enjoy the fire from Dr. Shola and the circle of Man of Prestige? It is what it is, but Dr. Shola brought it 100%. Told us his mind about this thing. Brothers, I'm talking to you now as a sister. Please, if you have problems, solve it. Women, my fellow sisters, you guys know I'm your advocate. I'm the one that speaks for you. I fight your battles. I love and support you 247. But Lori Arroyo, on this matter, do not deny your husband. 1 month is too much, not to talk of 8 years. Kilagbe, what did we carry? What did we throw? Are you okay? Nah. Don't do that. If you have issues, unforgiveness in your heart, resolve it. Whatever he has done, resolve it. Denying your husband is equally saying that you're not interested in the marriage anymore. I will never support a woman that is denying her husband of sex because we have issues. Talk about it, resolve it, but do not withhold it. Weaponizing sex in marriage is a no for me. So I will not support you on this one. Okay? They say it's the person that you love that you tell the truth. So I will tell you guys the truth as women. Okay? Don't weaponize it. And you, that sister that was saying, my husband want to lick plate, I don't want it. If you go and find somebody to lick their plate outside, you will lose your husband. You better open up and make sure you are clean. Shave everywhere. Go and buy a perfume from Natu and rub on your skin so that you smell nice. And by the time you wear this sexy, oh Jesus, some things I want to show you guys, some sexy lingerie to ekpe. When your husband even see you, be like, yay, Mogbe, I want to pay dowry again. Are you all right? What's your problem? No, I don't play like that. No. Like Dr. Shushan told us, there's no excuse. You can't say, because my parents told me it's a sin, and because I'm a Christian. No excuse. No excuse. Now, only tobabiwa amantura wabini, you have to learn. Don't allow us to be collecting this shame. They'll be using us to compare to other women from other cultures because we are too primitive when it comes to sex. We are too frigid. No. Once you sign that marriage, I know we like marriage. Once you sign that contract to marry, you sign the contract to kerewa. You must do it. Except you are sick, of which there will be understanding. All of you that be going to church, anything of whoa. You see like that, uncle. Once you find somebody outside here, bye. Enjoy it. Make sure you are clean. Clean up everywhere. Wear sexy lunch. Initiate. Go and pull him. Some cool. Say we shouldn't call him. Call them daddy. We'll not call them daddy. Look for a sexy name. Call them. Say, tonight is the night. Light candles. Scented candles. If there's any reason why your libido is low as a woman and you don't enjoy sex, you can also talk to a sex therapist. Okay? Talk to a sex therapist. I think PK, they have a sexologist in their platform that you can talk to, so that you can get your libido up. This thing is meant to be enjoyed. Enjoy it. We're not going to do it in heaven, no. It's only in this earth. So let's enjoy it. You know, if you don't know how to kiss, learn to kiss. Make sure your oral hygiene is good. Brush your teeth. Use deodorant. Use, Natu has this lovely oil-based perfume that you rub on your skin. And when you wear your lingerie, hey, Jesus, you have to put an effort in. Everybody should do their part, okay? That's all I'm saying, all right? If you are dry, thank you so much. Somebody is saying, Cherish Olivia, if you have dryness issues as a woman, use lubricants. Everything is available. If you don't know us, put it on Google. What do women use when you are dry, when you have a dry vagina? It will tell you. You will see shops where you can buy, different things that you can use so that you'll be wet. You know that our chemical things sometimes there's imbalance because of maybe hormonal issues, menopause or whatever. But there's always a solution. Do not deny your husband. Ladies, I'm going to end this show tonight by pulling your ear. How many years do you have? Shine Bami. You have 2 years. What did I say? Do not deny your husband. Give it to them freely. Initiate. In fact, bring in the style. If you're looking for style, contact me. Lady, use your shirt with us. All those plenty style. The other day, I still have it. I will share with you freely. Different things. But you must not deny your husband. Uncle, if you have a problem, please go and find a solution to it. We need a very healthy, sex releases stress. It is good. It's meant to be enjoyed. If you're not enjoying, there's a problem. You need to find a solution why there's a problem so that you can enjoy it. I have empathy for women who were circumcised, they've been raped, or whatever sexual experience they have that impact on them not enjoying it. And men too. Some men were raped and, things happened to them in their childhood. They were, molested or whatever. But there is an answer. As long as you want to get into marriage, you must be willing to find a solution so that your partner can enjoy you, your spouse can enjoy you. This thing is not debatable. It's not a matter of gender. Where I'm a woman, If you have a problem, solve it. No button. Did you enjoy the show? Give us a thumbs up. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you. I love you guys, and I'm going to see you soon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Take care of yourself, and I will speak soon. Thank you to Dr. Shola and Man of Prestige and all the people that called in. I'll see you very soon. Welcome to the month of August. Make sure you have lots of kerewa in this August. Kerewa is good for your skin. It's good for your mental health, your emotional well-being. Keep having kerewa. The only reason you should not be having kerewa is because you are not married. If you are married and there's no kerewa, there's a problem. Let's find solutions. Thank you so much, everybody. I love you. Bye, guys.